Hello, hello everybody, welcome back to the Metro Prime 2 Echoes of Randomizer Mentor Tournament. We got Leaf versus Marker's Mask, coached by BajaBlood and Leno. I'm Drakefos. I'm joined by Bro Inc. Welcome.
Hello.
The RAs for today are New Patcher and Charge Combo Cost reduced to 10. Our seed generator is the one and only Aaron. And we will be getting the run started shortly here. We have already started counting down, and here we go.
Oh,
okay. Everybody, and I think literally every match that I've seen so far has already New Patcher. Every single one of them. They want the colored suit. Which is
what do you want to see from this seed today, Drake?
As long as it's not straightforward. Okay, bombs. I just don't want a seed where I invite a mentor on, and then it's a boring seed where all the choices are obvious, and there's no point in having the mentor on. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm not even technically a mentor, so
that's what's happened to me a few times when I've invited mentors on. We're starting off with bombs in Unamos. I missed what the hint was, but we will see.
Yeah, I also didn't see it. Yeah, well, if you didn't want a straightforward seed, unfortunately, it started out pretty straightforward with bombs. And a dead chica.
I'm talking about a seed specifically that's like, alright, there's like 3 or 4 good paths. Which one is the good one? Speculate. Yeah. That type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of it just being like, alright, grab a bunch of stuff in Aegon, go to Torvis, get hints, go mode. Alright, thank you very much, have a nice day.
Yeah.
Which can happen on occasion.
Can happen, it does happen. Yeah. And, you know, we'll at least get to see some, hopefully somewhat interesting early game routing.
Yeah. And if
right
not, we can just give advice to the runners who usually like to watch these runs back, which is always why it's nice to have a mentor on, or like an experienced player.
First thing right away, or I can't tell if Leaf is doing it, but you want to, with these little guys, you can see Marcus Matt. MM has already pulled ahead. Using a few power pellets and then a charge shot will kill them much faster. So as you can see, Marker's Mask already on Dark Alpha Splinter here. As Leaf just killing each one with 2 charge shots.
I started calling the little splinters Bertlings. We have Adult Albert, Emo Albert, and then his little Bertlings. I've also heard that you can dash around the Bertlings and they'll clump up. Like if you just continuously dash, they'll clump up in the middle and just like stand still, and you can get some splash damage on them.
Huh?
Is that true?
I don't know. I've never tried, but I'm always. I mean, in this fight, I'm always just practicing extended dashes the entire time, anyways. Because, like, you know, I'm lazy and I don't practice, so I might as well take this time where we're just sitting around for basically a minute doing nothing. Might as well practice some dashes.
Marker's Mask not even looking at the item, just assuming, just getting whatever it is, which is fine.
Yeah, it's fair.
Unless it's an ETM.
Yeah.
In which case, oops, somewhat punished.
Yeah, I mean, with bombs, I mean, we don't have missiles. Like, literally any item except for nothing would be useful. Or maybe an Inghive key, but any tank is certainly useful, so. Looks like Leaf is also going to go for that E-tank. Definitely a wise choice here.
Trying to gamer lane to see what that is. No idea. Looks somewhat orange, like, I think.
I think that was just a missile, which I expect we'll get.
Yeah. With bombs, do you like going calm area generally? If you get bombs by the time you get to Temple Assembly site?
Yeah, I mean, of course. Just check calm area, it's right there. Generally don't leave behind, you know, just free checks like that early game if you can. Especially calm area, because it's pretty quick. But yeah, picking up this missile just to obviously get us our first missiles and then allow us to open this door so we can see what's in here as well. Yeah, gonna want to scan that. Okay, good thing we didn't pick that up, because we would have probably had to lose that pretty early.
Although, yeah, and you do want to keep it, like, we don't need it for checkout, but just the boost ball speed is actually just kind of incredible. So holding on to it is very important.
Yeah,
At least until we do Dark Aegon loop.
if we need to have boost ball for like any reason late game and boost just doesn't want to show up, then having that cannon would be huge. Hopefully Leaf also does the same and doesn't pick it up.
Oh.
Ooh, okay. So Leaf is gonna have to lose that cannonball like almost instantaneously, and is also not going for calm area, which is gonna work out perfectly fine since we saw on MM's side it's only light ammo there. I mean, I'd err on the side of saying that Leaf probably just forgot, and thankfully it's not gonna hurt, because I mean, I feel like you always want to do calm area right off the bat.
I always make this joke, and I'm already kind of exhausted by it, but Leaf is being coached by Baja, and that is in the direction of GFMC, so I'm not surprised. Life supports. It is always funny, even if it is tiring of a joke.
So that life support has a solid chance of being a suit. Can be a suit. Oh, and there's okay. Never punished, of course, as there's the actual boost ball, so that cannonball basically doesn't matter.
Yeah. Amber something from
up to 3 from mining station access.
Okay.
So just somewhere, there's a lot of places that could be, but just somewhere probably available to us right now, I'd have to imagine. Just somewhere in the early Aegon area. It could mean something is going to be in Sand Cache shortly, but also the game does kind of just like to give you Amber early game randomly without anything in Sand Cache. So it might also just be that, which we don't mind because that's going to allow us to get our Amber hints. And runners don't have space jumps, so we're climbing up Mining Plaza with some double bomb jumps.
This is logical. This is...
Yep.
Mining Plaza hints? Oh, no, wait. Oh,
just a little peek. No Amber yet to get it. Again, it's really hard to see on these restreams.
Just gave us Amber for some reason. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, it was relatively glowy. I mean, again, it's really hard to tell on these restreams, but I think that was light ammo.
I'll check the VOD. Usually, the runners have better quality, so we'll be able to tell from that.
Yeah,
I'll take a look when the stuff's a little bit less chaotic. We do want to scan that key, though.
Yeah, we're probably going to want to see that. That said, we do already know Chick is dead, so...
Yeah. Goodbye, Cannonball.
Yep. There goes Cannon. Thankfully, that really doesn't matter too much. It just takes away our invulnerability, which actually the invulnerability would be kind of helpful here in...
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, where are we going?
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not totally convinced by this. I might do at least Bomb Guardian before doing this. It's just a little safer because that could be your Amber Translator, which we're kind of looking to find as soon as possible. That said, Transport Center could just as easily also be the Amber Translator, so you know, this might just work out.
1, 2, 3, yeah, it is. Okay. Also, maybe Marker could still go back to Aegon Temple. Just do the puzzle first and then leave, so you don't have to, so you don't get locked out when you come back after doing Aegon Temple. But
yeah, I mean, at this point,
minor. There is a time save.
I think if you're here, just do it.
How's it going? It is Chick is dead, and we're in Aegon with bombs, and that's it. That's all we have. Found boost. Unfortunately, Leaf burned away Cannonball. We also found Cannon.
So, and also Amber
going to bed, Storm. No more Europeans with bad sleep in this community, sir. Off to bed you go.
Wait, yeah, what time is it in Europe right now? It's I think it's plus 7 hours from where I'm at, so 2:14 a.m.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I think Markers has the cannonball, and it's definitely, you can easily just go through early Dark Aegon here, I would say probably you want to do it. I mean, if you're coming here, there's a chance you might just, you know, open this up to go get Transport Center and turn around. But, you know, I kind of don't like that, because if you're here, you just do it. Do the rest of it.
Storm is practicing stuff. Well, now practice laying your head upon a pillow, closing your eyes and falling asleep. I will be that annoying dude promoting health in a gaming community. I will do it. We do not have the tools to... Actually, we do have one tool to murder Lightbringers.
Have boost ball.
We are not going to use that tool to murder Lightbringers. Okay, good. Wait, bombs can murder? I was mainly talking about boost ball, actually. Can bombs... I thought bombs couldn't kill Lightbringers.
I don't know if they can, but you have boost. I always boost through them because it's fast.
I guess the rationale for doing Jump Guardian Loop immediately, rather than not even bothering with Transport Center, is just because of the fight. Just because of the fight in Portal Terminal with the pirates. Nothing so far, Vina. We just got boost and cannon early. We have bombs, no missile launcher yet. Amber is probably... Whoa.
Yeah, get those health drops, please. Okay, so Leaf is actually doing what I said we could do here. And it is Amber here. Yeah, at this point, we definitely, if you're Leaf, you've already committed to not doing the rest of early Dark Aegon, so we're heading to Sand Cache and hoping that's something important. And if not, you're going to Aegon Temple, I think. Marker's Mask gonna finish this loop up and get the main power bombs.
We like that.
Those will speed up our Bomb Guardian fight.
Sank and Torvis.
A Torvis Keys hint, which is completely useless. Those power bombs are locked by our space jump, so they're not in logic yet. Yeah. But that does make us think, you know, maybe there's something in GFMC a bit later on, or in that area. Just a lot of power bomb locked checks around there.
I actually don't even mind this play by Marker, because I actually think it might even be better, because we need... Amber's only useful in the light world, and we're in the dark world, so... Unless Sandcache here has, like, Light Beam and supers, then I think Marker's just not gonna get pushed.
I think this puts Leaf short-term ahead, definitely, but I think long-term with those main power bombs, Markers could pull ahead here. Okay, a space jump, yeah, that's to be expected, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've got to think, what does space jump give us? Well, one, we know it gives us those main power bombs, so stuff back in Temple Grounds could be in logic. Gonna scam this key. We know it's not a Torvis key. I'd guess it's an Inghive key, because it's rare to see Aegon keys here, but anything is possible. Scan the spider ball track on accident. Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. I think if you go to early Dark Aegon right away, might as well just do it all instead of doing Transport Center, because you're probably going to want to go there eventually. Just deciding to pick this key up instead of scanning it.
Never mind. Change your mind.
Oh, okay, we're actually going to scan it. And it is an Ignaf key. Okay, so we don't need that.
Meanwhile, Jump Guardian has Screw Attack.
And Screw Attack. Okay, unfortunately, both the checks that Leaf skipped have been very important. And a hint that Sky Temple Key 6 is 2 rooms away from Screw Attack, which is going to be in Battleground or Amorbis. So we could have Sky
Temple Key 1 is 1 room away from... What did it say?
Sky Temple Key 6 is 2 rooms away from Screw Attack. So it could be Battleground, could be Worms. More likely to be Battleground. It has 2 checks versus just the 1 on Amorbis, but...
Exactly 2?
Yeah.
Just up 2. Okay.
Yeah, proximity hints from items are always exact. It's only from rooms that they're up to.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so... Leaf now heading to the Bomb Guardian area, which I suspect MM will follow suit pretty soon. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely going to put Leaf behind in the long run. Because we have to double dip that Dark Aegon, which is just by nature slow.
And also, Marker's going to be able to do this more efficiently with power bombs and.
Yeah, and that's real kind of unfortunate that the literal 2 checks Leaf skips are like, like really important items.
Omega punished.
Yeah.
But like Leaf also found stuff too, so it's not like it's not like they're thinking,
but
oh no, we're behind, but they actually are. Once they get the Dark Aegon Loop, they'll be like, oh, okay, uh-oh. Yep.
Yeah, I think they want to hope this hint is like power bombs hint. We've already seen a screw attack hint, so it won't be that, but this hint could tell them where power bombs are and point them back in that direction, which is probably the best thing for them. Okay, let's see what we got. This is kind of a pivotal hint. Okay, that is unfortunate. That's actually really unfortunate for Leaf now.
Yeah. If they fail,
if they don't find a power bomb expansion here, they could be really cooked. Because so far, logic says Amber to get Space Jump and Sand Cache. That allows us to get main power bombs and Screw Attack. Though Screw Attack we could technically get without Space Jump.
Oh, the ugly logic here could be because we still don't have. Wait, hold on. We still don't have Missile Launcher.
Yeah.
So Missile Launcher has to be somewhere here. The ugly thing could be that they find the. I don't actually.
Yeah, where is Launcher actually?
Yeah.
Wait, it's probably
like the Dark Beam could be in. No, it can't be in. Oh, we have Screw. Ew, it might be expecting us to grab.
Well, no,
Screw Attack.
Screw is missile locked. Or is it? No, it's not missile locked because we can get Space Jump before getting it. Okay, so I would bet it's GFMC.
One room from I don't know what it said. The Mining Plaza hint said the missile launcher.
Yeah.
Was 1 room away from somewhere I don't know where.
Probably one of the rooms right next to GFMC. Yeah,
Trooper Security Station.
Okay, yeah, that's GFMC then. Okay, but
that
yeah,
means,
this logic is rough for Leaf now because it's like that missile launcher to get our power bombs, and that Dark Beam is likely going to be locked by power bombs. And if they don't find a power bomb expansion, they're not going to be able to do those checks, which is just going to result in even more necessary backtracking.
They could also,
if we find a power bomb expansion, that all changes though.
Because they don't know that Calm Area is dead.
That's true. They also don't know that.
Yeah.
Kind of forgot they didn't do that earlier.
This, by the way, I believe does not require missiles on beginner. It requires Space Jump and Screw Attack or missiles.
Yeah.
So this is logical to do this here, I believe, right now without missile launcher.
Yeah, indeed. DMT is technically not in logic, though.
Yeah, DMT is not logic.
Yeah, this could be, I mean, a theme I've seen looking at these past few races has just been like one small mistake or just one small route difference early on kind of playing a huge pivotal role in the turn of the race. Like Storm versus Dace, which was it yesterday or was it 2 days ago?
I think it was, I don't know.
I
will say though, there is a world here where Dark Beam is in Temple Grounds here somewhere, and then Marker's Mask does not go back to Incash 4, whereas Leaf does, and we have progression there. So it's not quite a disaster yet, but...
Like, that's unlikely, yeah.
They go in key 2, I couldn't read that text.
Yeah, So Storm versus Dace was yesterday, and yeah, like, that was another race where it's like one small early game route difference kind of just decided the race. And that could happen here as this one decision to do jump guarding right away has kind of spiraled, could be spiraling majorly out of control if we don't find a power bomb and Dark Beam is locked by those power bombs. It could be real rough.
Power expansion?
A very, very intense check of Hive Chamber B right here. And of course we can't roll into the thing.
No.
Okay, yeah, that's Hive key.
Number 3.
Dang, and like, does Leaf have any checks to bail him out at this point? We can't even.
Ew, could missile launchers be on the ship? Like that would be.
It could be actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, Leaf actually can't even get to GFMC.
No.
So actually, okay, maybe they've just forgotten like completely about calm area. I feel like if you remember that you haven't checked calm area, you absolutely go and do it now. But yeah, they don't even have access to GFMC. So if they've forgotten about calm area, they're like, oh, well, I don't have anything else left here. I'm going to go back to Aegon now. So this route is going to be better than it could have been. I think Marker's still definitely ahead, but you know, it's tough.
And the Inghive keys early doesn't really tell us anything about the logic, right? Because like, especially because of the mining station A Inghive key is like requires spider, and also quad requires about 1 trillion things to do.
Yeah.
So you're never really thinking anything when you see Inghive keys early, do you? It's pretty much
No.
meaningless logically, huh?
Yeah, Inghive keys are, you never think about them.
Unless you have a Sank start. Like, that's the only time you may be thinking about them.
You only think about
have
them.
to be like in go
Yeah.
mode to fight quad, so
You only think about Inghive keys if you're playing a Plando.
hmm.
Man, Leaf still not going to early Dark Aegon, and I agree with this. Like, you have already
Yeah.
committed to not doing Jump Guardian. I agree with going this way. It's just tough that it's. I mean, this could work out. We haven't seen these checks. We know something could be here.
Yeah.
Could be Light Beam for all we know. But man, just rough.
Now what's the like? Now hold on. Dark Beam could be somewhere hilarious though. It could be like Wind Chamber. Like that would be. It doesn't have to be Dynamo. It doesn't have to be like right here. It could just be a funny hint.
Yeah, true. It probably will be though.
I'm
I'd be
trying to
shocked.
glass
I would be
half full it
absolutely
for
shocked.
them here, but no.
Okay, yeah, they're starting.
Nope.
Yeah, and that's just like automatically we've got a big early game lead for Marker now.
Now, whether or not Ing Reliquary has something might impact that cannonball, missile related, so nothing. If it had something, then Marker would have an advantage there as well.
Yeah, but that is
Because of the
confirmed dead
cannonball.
because the only
For
thing
those
that
of-
could be is Seekers or a missile, and that check is
You need-
Seekers locked, so
Yeah.
it has to be a missile.
For those of you who know, cannonball you will soak up the damage from the Ing Storm, and you can get Ing Reliquary without light suit with cannonball.
See, kind of the last chance for Leaf to get bailed out here.
Missile.
And yeah, just a missile. Okay. So yeah, this is definitely looking like MM
Vanilla missile
taking
on GFMC, by the way.
MM taking a big early lead.
Meanwhile, ship just has ammo.
Yeah, and might as well just clear the rest of this stuff out.
Now, Wind Chamber Gateway is logical. We have Screw Attack, we have Power Bombs. We need 2 beams and Seekers for the Wind Chamber item. So I think we just do Wind Chamber here, check Great Temple, last check in Great Temple, and then go back to Aegon, right? For Marker side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Marker's got a relatively straightforward route here.
What was that? I think it was E?
Yeah, that's an E-tank.
Yep.
Who Leaf even harder committing to this, actually going for bioenergy, which I kind of completely forgot existed. But this is truly the last chance to bail him out. I mean, if this is like if this is If
Yeah,
this is
they,
nothing, Leaf is so far behind.
Yeah. Meanwhile, markers once it gets to Aegon, it's Mineshaft, Incash 4, Labs with storage B and D, a lot of options. Okay, not that many. Not that many when you actually think about it. Darkbeam does not seem to actually unlock that much yet.
I mean, yeah, it's 4 checks right away, but it does make routing through labs way cleaner.
Yep.
So it just saves time moving around. And plus, it does technically open up a one-way into Doomed Entry as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of one-ways, I think another one-way just came into my mind. All of Honor Dead is available with bad doors.
Light Beam.
Oh, Light Beam and Bioenergy?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Dark Suit in TA.
Okay, that is such a weird Light Beam. Yeah, that does help. It's still awkward though.
Yeah.
What do they do here? I don't know. This is a tough position for Leaf, certainly. Marker's Mask. Looks like took the save in Transport A access and is going to one-way into Phased On grounds right now.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't mind this play, actually.
Yeah, we can get it out of the way. And we already know Reliquary's dead. Then the chance that you have something in Profane Path is pretty low. So ideally, this is the only time you're going to be here. It could work.
Those who don't know, you can only you don't have to solve the puzzle fully. You can just solve it twice here, and then jump onto this little.
Okay, that's a little unfortunate. That's an SDK. MM was kind of more so looking for this to be dead. Like this is more of a confirmation of yeah, this check is dead, rather than knowing that there's something there. Which is a little unfortunate that there actually is something there, because now we have to double dip later on because we can't actually get the item. We can only see what it is.
Yeah.
No return play. Well, we don't have a Light Beam to exit.
I wonder why they decided to pick it up. Like, it's nice to know that's a number 5, but it would only be nice to know if Ing Reliquary was something different. Because the hint... Or unless... Actually, no, I forgot about Sentinel's Path. Like, it could hint that something's near Sky Temple Key 5, and it could be Sentinel's Path. They would tell us that it would tell us that it's Sentinel's Path if that kind of hint came in. So I don't mind picking it up just knowing that that's Sky Temple Key 5.
Well, we already have seen a Sky Temple Key proximity hint, so we're not going to see another one.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, MM definitely could have dead.
What if it said another... The Sky Temple Key hint said... Sky Temple Key 1 is X rooms away. What if it said another item is like, I don't know...
No, you only have one proximity hint like that in a seed, so...
Oh, okay, never mind.
But yeah, MM definitely could have death warped there.
Oh no, wait, we didn't pick up cannon.
Yeah,
actually, no.
never got cannon still.
Never got cannon. Could get it now.
Could get it now. It's not a terrible idea. We have screw attack. Honestly, I might have picked it up now because like we can probably avoid losing it. I mean, I think we'll have a chance to get it later. Not like it really matters that much right now. Yeah,
Leaf. What would it give us? I don't even think it would be useful. Ingrilquar's dead.
No, I mean, it's just useful just for moving around, really. It's not useful for anything specifically, but just not taking damage in Morph is kind of nice. Yeah, it's not a big deal if you have to lose it.
Leaf not fighting Dark Side. Oh, we're saving, I guess, first.
I mean, this could just be a save warp. This is kind of rough from Leaf. I'm like, this is just such a weird spot for Leaf.
I don't think we should be save warping. I don't think we should be going back to Bioenergy. Why are we not fighting Dark Samus?
Are we walking out the front? I mean,
are we not fighting Dark Samus?
Technically, no way out. We can do a BSJ to escape, and it's not.
They don't have screw. That's my bad. Yeah.
It's not a hard BSJ by any means, but might not be wanting to do
that
it.
was the problem. I'm actually, well, yeah, okay. Well, that's what I'm saying, Storm. Like, I feel like you don't want to grab it until we've cleared some things up. Like, the time save alone is probably not that much compared to having to like preserve it going through Aegon in some cases. Type of scenario.
Yeah, I mean, we only
and
lose
because
a lot
it's like
of
right
time.
beside your save warp location, you might as well delay it. Like, it's not a big deal to delay it for later. You're probably gonna save warp before you go to final bosses.
Well, I mean, there's a good chance that you're just never coming back to that area at this point. You might never go back to Temple Assembly site for the rest of the seed.
You think so?
It's very possible that we're never back in that area because we've cleared out most of Temple Grounds at this point. Just depends how the seed routes. So I would just pick it up in the event of that. Yeah, MM. It looks like Leaf has walked all the way out of labs now and just gonna go return to Jump Guardian. We might actually. I bet we'll see Vent Area A first before we do Jump Guardian here, just because they're really hoping for a not like that something is not in the Jump Guardian area, and they probably think they're correct, but they're not. Like that light beam kind of makes you think, oh, I actually made the right play going to bioenergy, but you actually
That's the spooky part, yeah.
So they might be a little shocked to find nothing in Vent Area A, which is very possible because at this point we know the Dark Beam is in Logic. Likely it's to do something in Dark Labs. Another interesting thing, that suit is not in Logic yet. So but if once that suit comes into Logic, we have logical Torus access. And that's probably where the game is going to make us go next. It's safe to assume. So Emerald Translator could be our next progression item, and it could be in Dark Labs. I think that's a decent assumption. We'll get to see this Vent Area A check from Leaf. If this is something, it's not even big for them if this is something, because MM will be there, you know, probably within the next 10 minutes to check it. But it would definitely help if something important is here.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, this might just be kind of mentally crushing if there's just nothing.
Oh my god.
Okay, Seekers.
Okay.
I mean, they're all right. They don't help that much right now. But again, it's like
the worrying thing that puts
that puts Hall of Honor dead.
Hall of Honor dead, yeah.
Oh no, they might go for that too. There's like a non-zero chance they go for that before they do. Like, knowing Baja and how he'll be routing for Leaf, it's like I could totally see going for this before doing the rest of early Dark Aegon.
Leaf doesn't have Dark Beam for Storage A though, Storm. But
well, I mean, yeah, Storage A is in Logic. They don't know it is, but it is.
Are they really? Yeah, they're going back to Temple Grounds.
Yeah, I mean, if there's nothing here,
I'm not sure. I'm still not sure I like this though, because you haven't done Jump Guardian for GFMC ship.
Well, we can't get there anyways. You don't have power bombs, so that doesn't matter.
So they're literally just booking it. Did they pivot save at least? Please tell me. Oh,
no, they
didn't.
Either. Oh, they did not pivot save.
It would have been fine if they pivot saved. At least that.
It's kind of tragic because those Seekers might actually end up hurting them more than if it was just nothing. Like, those Seekers are going to make them potentially waste time going back to Hall of Honor Dead.
And then imagine that they find something in Hall of Honor Dead, though.
If they do find something, I mean, what can it even
Never
be
punished.
at this point? What can it even be? Think about it. It's kind of like, it could be super missiles. That's like the only really good thing it could be. Fireball, it's decent, but
Emerald?
like anything else, I mean, Emerald, it's all right. Dark Visor, Echo Visor, Annihilator, they're all right. Gravity, it's all right. But like nothing other than super missiles can be really good right here. And if this is super missiles, then we could potentially have a race, and this race would get very interesting if supers are here. But if it's like literally anything else, this is so rough. Especially if this is just nothing, because it really, they have gotten breadcrumb trailed by the light beam and the Seekers, and it's just been leading them further and further away from Screw Attack. HUD system.
Oh, that could be Emerald.
It could be, yeah. Probably least likely to be Emerald, but possible. I think our other suit would have to be available first.
Challenge missing.
Okay,
again? Nope.
Was that main reactor?
Looks like missing.
Is that supers?
Oh, that's an item.
It's a first power bomb.
Meanwhile, they're trying to go for this. Down we go. It's a power bomb and all
it's
on
a power bomb, and I mean they're doing it, and you kind of have to.
They're gonna get dark beam.
They're gonna get it. Yeah, I mean, I think Leaf is gonna get the dark beam.
And top of GFMZ ship is nothing. Never punished.
Yeah. Top of GFMC ship is pretty rare to see something there. So, but I mean, we do need to get Screw Attack at one point or another.
Beam related in Dark Oasis.
At least Leaf will definitely know where Screw Attack is once they get Scott Temple key hints, because of that hint that we have saying Screw Attack is 2 rooms away from Sky Temple Key 6. They will know where it is. However, if we find supers soon, they'll probably go back there before we even, make our, before we kind of leave Aegon for good. Because Leaf's route at this point is probably looking like, hopefully they do stuff the rest of Temple Grounds right now. And I assume they will. They know Darkbeam's here. They've got to be doing it right now, right?
Yeah.
And then we go back to Aegon and clear the rest of it. And then that gives us some sort of Torvis access. If Leaf doesn't get this suit right now, that could also be potentially rough. And it's not hard to miss that suit, I'd say. Since this is out of logic, we kind of want to be quick about it. This missing the suit is a possibility. I don't think it would happen, but...
And not going for Wind Chamber Gateway is also going to be fine. That was nothing. So we don't have to... I assume Leaf is probably not going to go for the extended dashes or any of the dashes. If they do, it's going to cost them a bunch of time. But yeah, we'll see. This is one of those cases where being less confident in your abilities might actually be better.
If we can do those dashes quick, it's not a big time sink. Ooh, okay, so the Battleground fight item is not an SDK, which means we've got a 50-50 between Amorbis and the Battleground in-cache, which means for sure...
Battleground in-cache is missile-related.
Okay, so that means...
Amorbis is required.
Yeah. Okay, so MM should now know Amorbis has got an SDK.
It's SDK number 6.
So, we gotta find 2 more Aegon keys.
Yeah. Not even a peak pod W. Okay.
Not doing GFMC either.
They turned around immediately afterwards. Wow, the GFMC hate is incredible.
The GFMC hate, and it's gonna work out. Yeah.
Well, they don't have the dark suit.
Yeah, that's true. But if we find Emerald, I think it can kind of work out, because think what's going to happen for the rest of the seed. We go back to Aegon, we're probably finding Emerald here. That
So
said,
we
I'm
need Emerald. Wait,
MM
we
has
need
yet to
Emerald or
find
Supers
Emerald.
to get into Torvis.
Yeah,
Or no,
but we've
technically.
seen that suit, so like Leaf and Baja they don't know, but
But I just mean that like
Emerald is
Aegon has
probably
to
next.
have Supers or Emerald here. I think.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
do have Hazing Cliff logical as well. Okay, MM actually didn't scan this hint earlier, so now
No.
they're gonna know.
Yeah.
Yeah, now MM knows there's an SDK on Amorbis. That said, we do have yet to see Emerald or Supers from MM, though. I suspect Emerald is next.
That has
Because
to
we
be. I
know
think it
that.
actually the only remaining logical check is in cache 4.
We still have the mineshaft area as well.
And mineshaft. Oh,
We
yeah,
still,
mineshaft,
yeah.
police
I
station
mean,
B,
we've
and
still got,
storage A
yeah,
is logical.
storage
Yeah.
A. We've got Sand Canyon.
Oh, Sand Canyon's in logic. I forgot.
I said, where is MM going right now? I guess we're going straight for in cache 4.
But why are they going this way? They don't have
I mean,
cannons, so
yeah.
normally you can do that. Are they
Is this
safe
a
warping?
safe warper for hints? I don't know how I'd feel about going straight to Torvis without Emerald when we know it's probably here. Because if we're safe warping,
Maybe they're
we're gonna save.
confirming the STK6 here.
Yeah, but
maybe they're
there's
tunnel
no way
finishing on that one.
The only way you do that is if your entire play is motivated by not getting SDK6.
The thing is, if you're following logic here, you absolutely have to have something that is good. Like the next piece of logic is going to be good.
Yeah, and
as long as it's going to be like Annihilator, then you get in Torvis, and then you can't do anything. It's like, no, it's going to be Supers or Emerald, which is incredible. So I'm not sure I agree with this.
Yeah, I mean, we might be seeing Emerald Translator right here for Leaf, since we're in the Mining Station B area right now.
No idea what that was.
Yeah, I couldn't tell either.
Another burger?
Vanilla Storage A.
Final Amber Hint. I'll check the VOD for Mining Plaza and this item here. Nope.
Sunburst. Wrong beam combo.
Yeah.
As always, that hint does not want to be scanned.
Aggressive suit and temple axis. They know.
That's a decent hint. It's like they were probably gonna find that anyways, but it's a decent hint.
Does it say temple axis or temple A? Hold on,
temple access.
Charge combo.
Oh, a charge combo and Dark Aegon Wastes.
That's in cache 4.
That's in cache 4 supers.
That's in cache 4.
That is in cache 4 supers. No doubt in my mind.
Wait, progressive suit temple access, not temple A access?
Yeah, Torvis temple access has.
Oh, okay. Okay. I misread that.
Oh, this could be a really big misplay from MM now, because the Leaf is going to early Dark Aegon. No way we can put it off any longer at this point. Or maybe we can because we're going for Spider's Treasure. Never mind. But surely after we do this, we are going to early Dark Aegon. We are going to find Supers, Screw Attack, and main Power Bombs, the most stacked early Dark Aegon in existence, 45 minutes in. And then we're going to go to Torvis, and Leaf could pull ahead here, depending, because Supers make your life so much faster. Oh no, where's Leaf? Okay, Leaf. Oh no, this is to. Oh, okay, Leaf is gonna be a little longer for Leaf because we're doing labs, which it makes sense. It makes sense.
But they're gonna triple dip Sand Canyon after they find the Screw Attack.
If they go for Sand Canyon, if they even go for it. Yeah. At this point, you probably don't because you've isolated it. I mean, really doesn't want to do jump guarding, but you have to think that makes sense, right? It really makes sense in this scenario.
There's just too many checks, too. I mean, there's a lot of checks. I don't know. I mean, they know Power Bombs has to be logical here somewhere. So why are they going for the... I mean, maybe they're just thinking the only logical progression here is Power Bombs. They're just... But we know that it's actually Supers and Screw Attack. They're just assuming that the only progression in Dark Aegon Loop is
Power Bombs, yeah.
Which is unfortunately incorrect.
Mm-hmm. Okay, MM wall crawling for hints here, so we'll see what our Sky Temple keys are pretty soon.
We know one of them should be worms, another one phase on grounds, and that's it.
Yeah. 7 unknown. As of right now,
think
we
I have
could
enough time to-
just be in a like Aegon key go mode. Probably gonna want Spider Ball though. I doubt either of the runners are busting out Spider CI2 right now. Could happen though.
In the meantime, I can finally check what Mining Plaza had. Only 45 minutes in.
Yeah, we could have an airy key. Absolutely. I mean, we've got 7 unknown SDKs. Something weird happening to MM right now. I think it was just standing on top of that collision. Okay.
Looks like a missile to me. On Mining Plaza.
I mean, under temple is probably fine, but I'm down for some main gyro, Tumos, airy, dark oasis, all the goods.
What is your meme room of choice? K-Rar is an airy man. I'm a dank entrance / Darth dank entrance man.
Oh, main gyro, absolutely.
You're a main gyro man? Alright.
The
Storm is a
only
fellow
check
Darth
you
dank
actually need
entrance
Echo
man.
Annihilator for.
Alright, number 9. Or number 8.
TTS.
Yes. This should be number
Could
9.
be a fun one. Medvista. That's pretty free. TTS requires Annihilator and Grav. We could do it from out of bounds as well. Torvus Lagoon, that's pretty free with just an air underwater. Sacrificial Chamber is pretty free.
Mm-hmm.
Cat West, that's free. Again, we know the seed isn't free because Amorbus is coming up somewhere. There's Star Torvus Arena, that's also free.
And then we know this is Phase on Grounds, and then after that, Worm.
Yeah, this is Amorbus right here.
Yep. And then...
And... Hive Temple. Hey! Okay. Seed wasn't too free. Okay, so... What can we see here? I mean, really... We're probably just like... Realistically, MM can finish with just finding Spider Ball and... I mean, really, MM can finish with the... It's possible to finish with the items we currently have. But probably going to want those Aegon keys and Spider Ball. It could be interesting if we see a wall crawl into quad without Echo or Annihilator to skip that item, because it's pretty doable. I'm fairly certain I might have taught MM how to do that wall crawl. I don't remember. Yeah, we know Light Suit is in Torvus Temple Access. Actually, MM does not know that. You know, it's actually good that MM isn't going to Torvus. I think saw that hint and was like, oh yeah, supers are definitely in Catch 4. But here's the thing. Here's just a thought. We have Seekers. We know there's a suit in Torvus Temple Access. We could, assuming Emerald is somewhere, have supers in Feeding Pit. Because with those Seekers, we could go into Torvus and then get back out.
Yeah.
In theory, it's possible. It's certainly unlikely, but they're not guaranteed to be here in Catch 4. It would also just be funny if, like, the game just actually just trolled us and this is like Sonic Boom or something, too.
It's rare, but it can happen.
It is very rare, but it could happen.
Rare. Like, every time I've seen a charge combo, it's like, Yubozo, it's a super. It's super. It's just
like 99% of the time, you see a hint that says a charge combo, it's super missiles.
Yeah, I'm hovering over this. Please just give us Sonic Boom.
Oh my god, that is not supers. Don't tell me they're actually in Feeding Pit.
Oh my god, what did it actually specifically say?
It just said a charge combo in Dark Aeon Wastes.
Oh no.
Supers can't
Wait.
be Dark Oasis.
What
They're not.
logical?
It's not
We only have
possible.
Sand
Dark
Canyon left
Oasis.
logical in.
Well, that's not in Dark Aegon. It's Feeding
Yeah.
Pit. It's got to be Feeding Pit,
I know,
or
but
it could be.
in
Could be
terms
in
of
Cache
logic,
4.
right? Like our only remaining logic is Sand Canyon.
We also have Hazing Cliff. Well, actually, no, we don't,
Okay.
because that suit is out of logic.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I do think. Does Sand Canyon literally have to be Emerald Translator here? Probably.
Probably, yeah.
And
Unless it wants to
that,
do some funny business with, like, I don't know.
It could be
what could
Annihilator,
string us
right?
along?
It
Yeah,
could be
could string
Annihilator
us along a little bit.
for like in Cache 4 or in Cache 2.
Dark Visor can't string us along unless can't.
Yeah,
string us
I don't
along
think
at all.
Dark Visor can be anything.
Spider could be.
Spider would do some stuff, yeah. So it could be
Spider would do
Spider
some
Ball.
stuff, yeah. Graph Boost would do nothing yet. Grapple Beam does absolutely nothing. So yeah, so the funny answer would be Annihilator. Less funny answer would be Spider. The most boring answer would be Emerald. So
Unfortunately, most likely Emerald.
most likely Emerald. But you know, I have gone in. There have been races recently where I've just been like, you know what, this is probably going to be the boring answer. I'm just going to be this, and then it ends up being the very very fun answer like 5 times in a row. And those are the fun seeds. Those are the reed seeds, by the way. That's.
Yeah, I mean, what's interesting
turn into
here?
that very quickly. Not much of a dumpster fire so far. Just unfortunate routing decisions on Leaf. Had to double dip. The consequence has mostly been double dipping here.
Yeah, Leaf
Quantum War
finally.
require that is fun, but it's not in terms of like you always have to remember bosses are bad casually. They're not bad in races necessarily. Like Chica's bad in races just because like the casino element, but
Yeah, I mean, it's just bad 'cause it takes time.
yeah, it's not bad because it's like, oh boy, I'm gonna lose this race if I make a tiny but reasonable mistake type of bad.
I mean, you could definitely lose a race because of Chica. I think in a mentor tournament setting, that's pretty unrealistic, but we have seen some very close races.
Mm-hmm.
Freezing the Lightbringer.
Protecting it from walking into your boost wall. Now we have 2 Ingive keys, so might not even have to do some shenanigans to skip the game or
Okay,
anything.
what do we have in
Let's see.
Sand Canyon?
Let's see what the progress says. Is it boring and just Emerald?
Probably
or
Emerald.
Annihilator?
Oh,
Not
it's
yet.
Annihilator.
I speak and
Oh,
it
let's
comes into
go.
existence. I still think you check Hazencliff here, no?
I mean, I could see skipping it. I could definitely see skipping it.
Ah, it's like 3 checks. It's Spider's Treasure. There's always progression in Spider's Treasure. Okay, so they found the logic and they're about to find out.
Oh, they're about to find Seekers, yeah. I forgot they still haven't found that. Meanwhile, Leaf finds the main power bombs.
Leaf is about to
And
discover
about
that,
to discover the
yeah.
screw attack as well.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. This is MM going to Spider's Treasure. I think there's probably nothing here, but it doesn't hurt that much to check.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty reasonable to see an Aegon key right here in Hazing Cliff, though. That would not surprise me at all. Yeah, I mean, I would assume that our Subers are in Cache 2 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And that Emerald is chilling in Torvis.
Oops, you called it.
Is that an Aegon key? No,
That's
it's
Torvis
not.
key.
Okay.
Torvis key 2, I believe. I'm still gonna keep track of the Torvis keys just in case, like a hint says. Oh, you already said approximate hints. Not gonna. Actually, it's just nice to know what are Torvis keys and what are Aegon keys, because we could get in a hint that says Aegon keys and Sank, in which case.
Yeah.
Where's Leaf going? Save warping. Okay. ETM in Hazencliff? Is that what he said? Or in Calling Chamber? Is that what he said?
ETM and Cooling Chamber.
And Hazencliff.
Okay, just a missile. I mean that's not unexpected, but again, I don't think it's really gonna hurt us just to check.
Now, what does Marker's Mask take more seriously, in Cache 2 or Hall of Honor Dead? Probably in Cache
I mean,
2.
easily in Cache 2. You just find Annihilator. That's the game, yelling at you, hey, go check in Cache 2.
Even if it wasn't, it's closer, and you can save warp out to go get Hall of Honor Dead anyway. And then you're right beside Torvis, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's just right here. No way you don't do in Cache 2.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with that Supers and Dark Aegon hint.
Yeah. The other beam combo we found was Sunburst, and that was in Light Aegon, so... No funny business here. It has to be...
Where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, no. Oh, this is Mining Station B. We haven't done Mining Station B yet.
Okay. And now here we finally go towards GFMC. And they're going to find nothing, so... They're going to get the Dark Suit.
Yeah.
Which they don't actually need.
Yeah, I mean, it's out of logic. And, I mean, really, that Emerald is not showing up yet. It's probably, like, in somewhere a little annoying. Like, we might see Emerald in Torvis, which is more rare than you might expect, because the game really does like to give you Emerald before you go there. So seeing it this late is kind of unusual. Especially with that suit, it really feels like the game is like, hey, we're going to give you Emerald so you can get this suit and Transport A access. And that's your Torvis access to find Emeralds, or to find Supers. Sorry.
It could still be Feeding Pit, yes.
That's true. It could still be Feeding Pit. Again, at that point, Emerald would have to be in... Emerald would be in Cache 2, which could, I mean, that would be funny. That would be really funny.
Wait,
Markers doing the Mining Station B puzzle for Sunburst.
It does not say that. Oh well, it kind of it does kill sack Grapple Guardian.
Yeah, Grapple Guardian. That's true. And
I prefer the trick instead of doing the puzzle though.
Yeah, if you can do the BSJ, you absolutely do the BSJ.
This is the correct place as Cat Human, indeed. Cultured gamer. Get Sunburst all you can. Cat Human is a fellow beam combo enjoyer.
Yeah, I mean, I know MM has kind of struggled with Grapple Guardian recently, so probably just wants that to get a nice and easy Grapple Guardian kill.
We don't have multiplayer items, so we're not going to see double damage Fun Burst on
Boost Guardian, yeah.
Boost Guardian, so that is always nice.
Oh yeah, they did reduce beam ammo for combos, that's right.
That is true. That is true.
So you get 10 beam ammo Sunburst, which we might use on Quad in Phase 2.
Leaf doesn't have info, though, unfortunately. I was thinking maybe they would have an advantage here with Phase on grounds. They can pick it up right now.
I mean, they're probably going to.
They don't have a suit.
Well, they'll get the suit.
Well,
and
do they turn around and go Phase on grounds immediately?
I mean, you probably just get Phase on grounds on the way. Like, 4 E-tanks should be easily enough to do it.
It is a slow check, though. They might skip it. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, to them it is out of logic without that suit, so...
And also, they just don't know that it is available.
That said, we do have Baja routing, and I know Baja kind of does like to get that check while you're there. But... do we see it, do we not? It's a little interesting. It probably doesn't matter too much in the end, because chances are we're finding Emerald before we beat the game.
What are we doing here?
What are we doing?
Probably writing something down was holding up or something.
Yeah, so... yeah, no...
Well, we're not doing Cache 2.
No transport A access. We're not doing in-cache.
I don't know
Oh.
about that. There's no way.
No way. What? Oh no no
Even
no. We're getting the suit so in case it's feeding fit. That's what we're doing.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
Wait, how?
if you
What?
can't, if you can, you are doing Torvis energy controller wall crawl right now. If you can,
Yeah. What do we do
this
here?
is the
Do we have to
time
do-
and oh wait, we have to because we have to go out of bounds. Yeah, you do
Oh,
this,
okay,
you
we're
wall
doing the
crawl
super
with Torvis
attack. Then,
energy.
okay.
Oh, I know we don't have emerald. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
we have to
we're
go
still
out of
fine. We
bounds,
just have to go. We just have to go out of bounds a second time. That's
Yeah.
fine.
We're just,
So we're gonna have to do 2 wall
we're
crawls
just
to do this
save
here.
warping Torvis Lagoon.
Well, we want to come back here. Oh, we're going towards... Okay. This is a little rough. This is kind of slow. Ideally, we are just wall crawling up to Torvis Energy Controller. Or we can literally just do the single room out of bounds in Torvis Temple. That also works perfectly fine. That teleports us up to the top of Torvis Temple. And then we can just pick up the suit, and then we can wall crawl past the super door. But instead, we're kind of going the long way around here, which...
For those of you who don't know, you can shoot the trigger to start the fight in Torvis Temple. It's one of those triggers where it activates if you shoot it or if you walk into it. Same thing with the command center one, if you don't know about that one. And then you kill the 3 pirates. You kill the 1 pirate that jumps down from the skid and the other 2 flying pirates, and then it repositions you into the fight after the cutscene. And that's what we're talking about here. It's an ancient strategy been used in speedruns forever.
Yeah.
But it is really useful. You could also, like Bra mentioned, ether jump all the way up behind the super missile door, and I believe you can open it from behind, and then you don't have to.
Yep.
You don't need supers. And you were right. Baja is indeed going to go and suggest to go to Phazon Grounds, assuming. Baja is a very consistent router, like very, very. Like Baja always does things like has very strict rules for himself, and
This...
it's not just us making fun of him. Like it's actually good. He has very strict principles about routing.
This wall crawl
Underground tunnel
should...
is grapple.
Yeah. This wall crawl shouldn't be risky because we're... MM is on console. So, much less of a crash risk. But, I mean, technically, I've never crashed doing it ever before. But, yeah, I mean, I do think this is a little bit of a misplay from Marker because our goal right now is just get that suit and go back to Torvis. We want, or to go back to Aegon, my bad. We really want to have supers. They speed us up in Torvis so much, and we might be finding Emerald along the way.
Oh,
That's probably a Torvis key.
yeah.
Could be
maybe,
Aegon,
most
though.
likely. We'll never know.
It's an
it's a hive
E5
key.
key. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, we already have Annihilator, so unfortunately not. But if we didn't have Annihilator, that could have actually made our life easier. Because we would not have had to do the reverse hive key skip if we went in there without Echo Visor.
Believe it or not, our first SDK.
Yeah, first one that we can actually keep. Leaf getting the suit. If
Oh, yeah,
Leaf
Leaf
goes
got,
back, Leaf could take the lead. This is kind of crazy. Well, Leaf still doesn't have the hints, but Leaf could go back to Aegon and get the Annihilator and potentially supers that MM
Oh,
does
you know
not
what? I'm
have.
actually kind of liking this by Markers, just because of the Med Vista key.
I mean, yeah, we can get that
And we
later.
can also get Dark Torvis Arena as well while we're here. Like it's actually kind of efficient.
No, but we want to do this all with supers, so we're double dipping this whole area because we don't have supers when we come.
Are we?
here.
We just
Yeah, I
take this
mean-
portal now, and we do the.
I
Guardian,
get
and then
we
just
can
walk out.
we can get a lot of these, but like no Emerald, no supers. Torvis is a little rough.
But we're
like-
only doing the side of Torvis that we've just skipped Emerald for. So like it's not and Emeralds and supers. Like there's nothing. As long as we just do, this bit, this side of Torvis, and don't go to the center and start clearing out the middle, then I agree with you.
Yeah.
Or then
Well,
I think this is a fine
I mean,
play by Mark. But if we just
It's still just like
ideally, what I would like them to see them do is just grab the light suit and then go back to Aegon here and grab the 2 progression.
yeah. I mean, I definitely think best play is you just go out of bounds, single room Torvis Temple. But the reason I say that is we're just like we're taking 2 trips to clear Upper Torvis instead of 1, which we could with supers. And that just slows you down. I mean, it's not a huge slowdown, but it definitely slows you down.
I don't think it will as much as long as we're. I don't think it's as big of a deal. I think it depends on like. We'll see how this gets punished, but I don't mind this play like at all actually. As long as we're disciplined and don't start doing like upper dark Torvis like loop and.
Okay, we go here. Yeah, definitely don't do upper dark Torvis now.
Oh, Cobalt.
Cobalt, that's a decent find.
Actually, I wouldn't have mind upper dark Torvis the boss only.
I mean, at that point, you should just come back later because you're leaving the rest of Dark Torvis. You might as well do it when you get the rest of Dark Torvis, and then you avoid portal transitions and save yourself some time.
Wait, what was
Cobalt.
What was in Pod W? We collected it.
I don't see anything new on the tracker.
Chad, did you see what it was?
Probably like an 8 tank or something.
There's an Aegon key. In Great Bridge.
Dark ammo. In Pod W.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if Leaf goes back and gets supers now, I mean, they did fall really far behind early, but it's possible we could see a bit of a comeback here. MM on 2 Aegon keys. I mean, getting real close to go mode, actually. Like,
Still would like...
It's an Aegon key spider ball. It's Aegon key spider ball.
And Grav, unless we want to do the secret world in TTS.
I think MM should know that. It's not a hard out of bounds, and I think I've seen them done it before.
Actually, I don't know. If we were going to do this Torvis play, I'm now thinking about it, like, the whole reason I kind of like this is because you're grabbing STKs on the way. Like, if you're going to do this play, instead of going to Aegon Temple, instead of, like, doing the fight in Aegon Temple immediately, and going around and doing a little bit of Med Vista and Torvis Plaza, then I feel like you should just gamble skip. Like, you should gamble that, like, you're never going to come back to Upper Torvis type of deal. Because that's all our Upper Torvis keys. Med Vista,
True.
Dark Torvis Arena, and Torvis Lagoon.
Well, we still haven't picked up Dark Torvis Arena. I just think you don't want to be doing that without Emerald.
They skipped Dark Torvis Arena is my problem.
It's a big gamble without Emerald. You have 3 really powerful hints. Okay, there's the Annihilator for Leaf. This could be a big, like... I mean, if Emerald is just here for MM, we're going to get Torvis Lagoon in a sec. Oh, no way.
No way.
Okay, it's Dark Visor.
Never punished.
Okay, so Dark Visor is like probably not.
Do we even
really
need hints?
helpful.
Actually, hold on.
Well, we need to find Spider Ball, and we are
uh,
probably going to want an Aeon key hint unless we just stumble into the last one.
I'm actually curious now, like what this is. I would have totally expected them to just do the. Actually, no, wait. Yeah, hold on. Actually, what? This light suit play is actually starting to confuse me now because it's very slow to get back to Aegon. If we could somehow take the elevator back, then sure. But this is like very slow. I think supers have to be in Incash too. It's the last logical check.
Yeah,
it's either
I mean,
that or Emerald, right?
Or Emerald could be in cache too.
Or Spider and then Emerald and supers are in Sank, but.
I mean, we'll see in a second. There's something in Incash too, for sure.
Wait, can they even be Sank? Don't we need... Don't we lead... No, never mind.
No, we've already seen the only check in Sank, which was...
Oh, you know what would have been funny? Dark Visor, and then the Dark Visor Seekers give us Sank access through...
Well, we do... I mean, that is a reality for MM now, finding that Dark
But it's not
Visor.
logical until we have Source access. That could have happened as well.
I mean, we have Seekers and Boost. Actually, yeah, we don't have Supers, but if these are just Supers in Incash too, which it's really looking like it is, and I still kind of can't believe MM didn't go for it. I mean, again, this could just be a go mode play from MM. Like, we might just be...
also have just been like Spider into say like.
I mean,
It also
MM.
could have been
Remember,
Dark
like
Person's
MM
Dark.
could technically finish the game with these items.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Defiled Shrine is open, and it is a HUD system. It's either Echo Visor or Emerald at this point.
Yeah.
There's air underwater for MM. I'm gonna get this Taurus Lagoon key, not boosting. Okay, what is an Inkesh
Leaf can do
2?
feeding pit. No. I forgot
No,
to-
no.
No, my bad.
If this is not supers, okay, it is. That's absolutely what we expect.
Yeah.
I don't think you should do Warriors Walk now. You can, but I don't think you should, because we're gonna have to do a
If you were playing
Morbus.
here, you probably would do Warriors Walk into Worm skip immediately, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
well, yeah, Leaf knows that there's an SDK on a Morbus at this point. So
Do they?
yeah,
What was the hint again?
they've seen.
Minus
Yeah,
the hint, yeah.
they know a Morbus is an SDK.
And it's exactly 2 from Screw Attack, so that discounts Warriors Walk.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm playing on Go mode, once MM gets hints, and I'm just done, basically. But
Seed's alright, Reed. We got Quad and a Morbus required, which is, like, funny but not bad. Questionable routing decisions from both players.
MM is.
I'm conflicted
doing
about this
dark.
Upper Torvus play for markers.
This might just be Go mode play. I see it because we're leaving this key so we can get it and then do Cash Be Chasm and get lower Torvus.
Yeah.
And then we go into Sank. Spider Ball could easily be in Sank. Spider Ball, if
this is
we're
a gamble
doing,
on just like
if we
Spider
are
Ball
doing,
just opening place, yeah.
if we are doing Worm Key skip, then I think, yeah, we're just going for Go mode here, because at this point we've seen the Dark Visor.
Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
Gravity. Okay,
You gotta be
Gravity is, yeah, that's gonna help him out with TTS, and just moving through lower Torvus in general. It's really nice. Yeah, if we do Aegon Key skip, we're just looking for Spider Ball. We've seen the Dark Visor, and that's kind of the game telling us, hey, your Spider Ball is probably in sync. And it's telling us that because Dark Visor opens our 2 ways to get into, you know, the main area of Sank, which we can now go through Sank entrance to get there.
No.
And then also we can take the portal in Hive Dynamo Works to get to Upper Sank without Spider.
We can't get the Sank entrance. We don't have Emerald.
Oh yeah, no Emerald, but yeah,
but we can do it through
yeah, we can just go through Aegon
through Hive Dynamo Works.
Yep.
Portal. Because the Dark Visor unlocks that path.
Yeah, and so that's
Sank map station Spider anyone, that would be funny.
That
it's interesting that Marker, I think basically if I'm understanding what Marker's play here is, they're basically saying, hints are not that valuable. Let's just go for Go mode right away.
I mean, it's possible, but like if we want to get that last Aegon key, we should be doing all of Torvus, getting all the hints.
Mm-hmm.
Because that key can be anywhere. Yeah. Spider Ball is probably Sank, but that does not say anything about that last Aegon key. Yeah. That said, we might be able to get an Aegon key in Sank, but there's a non-zero chance it just points us back and says, hey, your last key's in Torvus.
The tragedy here would be that Cashby has... Actually, no, wait, Cashby, we can just secret roll for it.
Yeah, I mean, MM is probably going to do Cash Be Chasm in a minute, and we'll be able to see what the item is. Yeah, I mean, you can go out of bounds to get to Sank entrance. There's... I mean, and you can also get out without the Dark... Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Once you get in, it's trivial getting out. Yeah. It's definitely a doable wall crawl. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see MM do it if we really need to.
Wait, have we seen the Path of Icent?
Actually, no.
No, we have not seen the Path of Icent.
Oh,
Matt Marker didn't grab it before.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah,
dying.
We were just never in Path of Ice. Oh. Okay, we'll probably see hints from Leaf first, though.
Yep.
Actually, I mean, Leaf is...
I'm gonna go back
MM
to
is
that first.
provisionally ahead here is what I'd say, but Leaf
Yeah.
is certainly on a more stable path with
I
these
agree.
supers. So like if basically it's the pressure is on MM, like MM has got to play well or else Leaf will catch up. Okay, I pretty much a useless hint there. If MM makes the right decision, wins by a mile. Makes the wrong decisions here, probably loses by a mile.
I'm really interested why markers didn't do upper. Actually, no, that makes sense to do dark cash chasm. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if we just find Spiderball on the way,
Yeah.
and if we can do the Aegon Keys skip, which I know MM has done it. Whether they want to do it in a race, we'll see.
We know where Colorone's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think MM probably does not want to do the majority of the lower Torvis checks.
Would you do Marker's Mask's route yourself? Like, if you were like, oh, Super's in cash 2, I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to do
Well,
this.
No, I mean, after I get that Annihilator, I'm absolutely getting supers. I mean, the amount of time you save just by having supers in, like, a lot of places is huge. And it's, like, that's, I think BMO.
Yeah.
It's, like, it is very easy in this game to, like, once you start to learn a lot of these out-of-bounds tricks and, like, knowing how to skip all these items, it is very easy to be like, oh, I can, you know, go out of bounds to get 8 out of 9 of my SDKs, and I can beat the game with the items I currently have. But it might just be slow. Like, it can, a lot of the time, and this is something that kind of surprised me with the no out of bounds tournament. Like,
it wasn't that slow of a tournament.
It's not slow to go inbounds. It really, like, there's some seeds, like, you know, some checks like Mining Plaza, you know, that's obviously going to be way slower. But it's surprising how, like, out of bounds really won't save you that much time most of the time, because you're just like,
it saves you mostly on, like,
you're spending time not searching. Yeah, you're spending time not searching for items, but you have to spend time on doing the tricks, which can take a while. You know, if you're doing something like Sentinel's Path or, you know, Poison Bog, or
it speeds you up on relatively minor things. Like, it helps you get to a place faster.
Yeah.
Not like, well, that's when it's at its best. Like, it helps you get to lower Torvis faster, or get to Hive Dynamo item faster. That type of stuff.
Well, I mean, it just
it doesn't really help you. It's kind of slow when you're just using it for checks.
Yeah,
I mean, a way to put it.
Yeah, I'd say it's really easy to just try and skip too many items and go slow. It's very easy to do that. Here we're seeing that Sunburst from MM on Grapple Guardian. Is this faster than just not doing Mining Station B? Probably not, but it's cooler.
If we visor canceled, it may have been slightly faster. Blow up the rubble while you're there. So yeah, we're just, like, not even bothering with Emerald. We're just... Because now if we go back to Upper Torvis for the hints, it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, we've already cleared it all out.
And also just, like, Grapple Pirates. So...
Yeah, we have to pick this up. Grapple Pirates are truly pain.
But now we just pop out of dungeon, do TTS.
Yeah, I would like to see MM
this route's nicely. I will tell you
that. I would definitely like to see MM skip the majority of lower Torvis here.
Yeah.
I can see a world where you do it, but I would skip it. Unless we're looking for that Aegon key. If we're looking for that Aegon key, we don't skip lower Torvis.
So I think here we go back to dungeon after this item.
Yeah.
Then check... Actually, yeah, we check the dungeon item.
Oh yeah, we can just check it. We have everything we need.
Yeah.
Hopefully MM knows that you can shoot the Incash through the wall, that you don't have to walk all the way around the room.
Yeah. By the way, anyone who wants to shoot the Incash, do not shoot charge, like, a lot. I see it, like, my biggest pet peeve watching players
Shooting charge light. Yeah.
No. When they're killing ink caches, they just either use lemons or charge lemon instead of just light beam, missile, light beam. Dead. It's done. It's really, really fast.
Yeah, I can't shoot a missile through the wall here though, so no doing that. But
Oh yeah, you can't. Okay.
we'll see.
But even just 3 light beam
Okay.
shots is probably still faster.
Yeah, okay. MM did not
Oh,
know.
which
Basically, from right here in this area, MM, when you rewatch this, you can just shoot the ink cache through the wall and see what item it is, so you don't have to walk all the way around. Okay, yeah, it's just light ammo.
Beam related.
You do have to get close to use light beam if you're far away, like if you're in battleground or something, shooting the ink cache.
Yeah. Not that close, but like just when you're like approaching one,
Yeah.
light beam, missile, light beam. It's really, really fast. Or reveal it and then screw attack into it. That's another fast kill. Just shoot it
Yeah,
with
do
shoot
that
with a lemon and
for-
then screw attack. You can
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that for
well-
hive entrance, you can do that for battleground, you can do that for a lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah, you just do that for like battleground and Accursed Lake. And I mean sometimes Inger Reliquary, but Inger Reliquary is a little awkward, so is hive entrance. Those are usually just faster to shoot it with light beam.
Where does Leaf go now?
Just
St. Torvis.
clear in Upper Torvis, yeah. I mean we're here with all the items we need to do.
Can't go to Underground Tunnel,
Jump
can't go
it.
to Jump. Oh, they can't go to Boost Guardian yet without Emerald unless they want to do Gate Skip. That's the worrying part here. That might actually be what, like, the lack of Emerald, like,
Yeah, I mean if
the
you're
willingness to skip
Leaf-
Emerald on Marker's part might be the winning play there.
if you're Leaf, you probably are thinking Emerald's gonna be here.
Leaf didn't even do...
In reality, though, there's a good chance it's just chilling back into Fouled Shrine.
Yeah, and we're gonna have access to that now too.
But do we really want to walk all the way back there just to get Emerald? I mean, maybe. We know there's a Dark Torvis Arena SDK.
Do we need
And if we
anything-
don't want to do Gate Skip, we want to get that now, right?
Is there
We see
anything
that
that Echo
dark
would help
right
us with?
It really wouldn't help us with anything.
Well, okay, it does unlock a bunch of checks where an Aegon key could be.
That's true. It does do that.
I miss what was in Gathering Hall. It looks like Markers is doing Upper Torvis stuff. Not sure. Oh, just checking this side. Okay, yeah, why not? Just checking Gathering Hall. Well, Gathering Hall can't have Spider, so why are we checking that? Right? Yeah, there's no reason to check that. Like, ideally, Leaf does Gate Skip or skips Emerald some, like, here. That'd be the ideal. Did you see it was in TTE? We peeked it, right?
Didn't get a good look.
Okay. Alright, we'll check that as well. The deets, here you go. Here are the deets. We're doing more of Torvis here for Markers.
Well, this could just be us heading into Sank. But it looks like it's not.
No, yeah. Although it could just be a quick check here for the Hydro Dynamo Station, because
It
it
could,
is
yeah, it is quick.
just an E, yeah. Nope, we are doing everything. Interesting.
Okay, yeah. I mean, the only check we still have left is on our Temple Access. We know Spider Ball can't be in Gathering Hall. Well, I guess we do. We also have a
Blog, yeah.
blog, yeah.
And Spider Ball can't be... Or could it be?
It can't be under Temple, so...
Not even the ledge?
No, because we need Spider Ball to get up to the portal.
Yeah, Spider Ball to fight the dude and Spider Ball to get up to the portal, so...
We can do a BSJ to get it without spider ball, but BSJs aren't in logic, so
No.
it won't be there. But we could check it. I don't know why we would check it though. I mean, I guess if we're looking for an Aegon key, that would explain it. We'll see if MM goes for it.
We do not need to do this BSJ. We can climb the
Yeah.
pillar.
You can just stand on the pillar when you haven't killed Blog.
Yeah, the sides of the pillar, like the little bits, the little panels. And looks like we are going back for the Foul Shrine.
Okay, I think that's wise if you're not doing gate skip.
Yep. Or you're not doing, or if it's not, or if you're not doing rather worm key skip, because there's a
Yeah,
chance
I mean,
that a worm key is just trapped behind Echo.
Yeah, it's not unreasonable to think at this point. Okay, yeah, I mean, this is our last chance in or our last check here in Lower Torvis. It's kind of all been dead so far, except for the SDKs, which we knew were required, and yep, alright. Unsurprisingly, all Lower Torvis is dead, so probably would have been better if we skipped it.
Yeah. In terms of remaining checks, Sky Temple Grounds is 3, FTA for Temple Grounds, Storage C for Light Aegon, Dark Oasis Feeding Pit, and Warrior's Walk for Light Aegon, and I think Dark Oasis was a beam related, so it's dead.
Or beam related, okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Forgotten Bridge we already got. I don't remember what it was. Path of Roots we got. That was Dark Visor. I missed what was in TTE. That's right. I'm gonna go check that just in case it was. Because if it's a beam combo. Actually, no way. We already got the beam combo hit. Never mind. No need to check it.
Okay. Important moment for Leaf here. Emerald or Echo Visor? We'd rather it be Emerald. Echo would probably still be good, though. Okay, wait. What's that?
I think that was Echo.
Okay, it's Echo. They're probably hoping for Emerald.
Yeah.
But I think we'll take an Echo Visor, too. And this opens up a world where Leaf can win this, is the thing.
Does it?
Yes.
I think Markers is skipping. Oh, never mind. We're getting hints. Whoa, okay. So we're not quite in go mode. Thank you.
Well, yeah, I mean, Spider Ball anyways. Spider Ball can be locked behind it, and Aegon can be locked behind it.
Spider. That's right.
Is that the last Aegon key? No.
Torvis key 1.
Oh, is that the last Aegon key?
That could be.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Oh, okay.
We're looking for Spider Ball now.
Okay.
Again, Spider Ball can still be locked by that Echo Visor. I think it's GG's if it's not. I mean, MM is really hoping to find Spider Ball here so we can do quad and just be done with Sank.
Final Torvis key is in Sank, by the way. We know where all the keys are. Last Torvis key should be in last Torvis key should be in Torvis, excuse me. My bad.
Yeah, I mean, Leaf is looking for Spider Ball in main gyro, Airy, or Profane Path. And that Spider Ball is not hinted on one of these Cobalt hints.
And it can't be Airy because of Spider Ball. So, yeah. Because Airy requires Spider Ball, right?
Yep.
Yes, because of the main gyro, yes.
And just also Hive Summit as well.
Mm-hmm.
There are some fun shenanigans that you can do to get it without Spider. But not in logic. a little boost jump secret world and high summit to do a single room out of bounds, and avoid getting the spider ball track. It should be watch station, spider and watch station.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't there a way to do that
Hypermode
inbounds
logic.
now? There are inbounds ways to do that now. Yeah, I mean, if there's ever a spider ball in watch station, I'm wall crawling that. There's no way.
Bank map. Nothing.
Every check that we don't see spider ball is a chance
Yep.
for Leaf to make a comeback here.
TTE was an energy tank, by the way. And I missed what was in main reactor. Didn't look important.
Main reactor, I think, was a missile.
Oh, Torvis energy controller would be hilarious.
Oh, if it's...
That's right.
That-
Torvis
oh.
energy controller.
Oh my god, this could end the race here, too.
Yeah, that would be...
That would be tragic if it's
Yeah.
here.
Even funnier if it's Torvis energy controller. Emerald into hint into immediately.
Into, like, yeah. It's like...
That would be...
It,
That would
it
just
would
be
be, it would
spitting
be,
in Leno
it
and
would be
Marker's
so
face.
rough. It would be so rough for MM if it's like Emerald here, and then the hint is Spider Ball and main gyro.
That would be the game saying you bozos should have gone to Incash too.
Yeah.
Translator and sank main gyro.
Ooh, oh my gosh, okay. They are not getting that Emerald. That is one of the checks that cannot be Spider Ball now. So now there are 2 checks left for Leaf to
What do we
win
have?
this
Profane Path and Sentinel's
Profane Path, Sentinel's Path, yeah.
And Torvis energy controller.
Yep. And Torvis Energy Controller, which we're about to see. Is this a Hive entrance play? I like it. It looks like a Hive entrance play.
Yo, okay.
Yep. It makes it absolutely
In the
makes
save
sense
warp, is what you're thinking?
here. I seriously doubt we save warp. Okay, yeah, nothing in Taurus Energy.
It could also just be that Leaf Casino grabs Spider earlier than Markers. And it's like not locked by Echo or Supers.
At this point, I don't know where that would be for that to happen, though.
Oh, by the way, Storage C. Forgot about that check.
That is true.
Yeah.
Could have been Spider.
Can't be Dark Oasis. Could be Feeding Pit. Where's Walk was checked by Leaf, but I don't remember what it was. Let me go look at that.
Nothing important.
Yeah. I do want to take a look at it. Missile.
About to be in Hive entrance for MM.
Darth Dank entrance, my favorite room. Let's see what you got.
This very well could be Spider Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I agree with checking this.
Yep.
Even if it's not. Yeah, just an E-Tank.
Life sports. It was main gyro, right? Yeah, it was main gyro. Main gyro.
Yep,
was the
Emerald and main gyro. Oh, Leaf going out of bounds. This could be big.
Underground tunnel. Yep, nice.
Struggling a bit with the secret world. I'm not sure they fully know what they're doing. Hopefully Baja is explaining.
Yeah. Need a little bit more speed on that to get in there. I don't think you're going to be able to get it that way. I don't
Trying to
think
do
you're
this
gonna slide in.
without somersaulting and canceling is rough. I mean, I bet it's possible, but you're going to have a much easier time getting further back and then somersaulting and canceling your screw attack.
Yeah.
Is it even possible? I don't know.
Because this way
I
you
would
don't have enough
assume it
momentum
is.
to slide into the hole. Is the problem?
Well, it's just you're going to bonk all the time.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
too.
problem.
Yeah, that too.
You have to hit it at the perfect momentum and angle to not bonk if you're doing it like that.
And it's definitely worth it to go for this. That Emerald Translator is a billion years away.
Yeah, it's in a really bad spot.
They don't know that yet, but they would eventually find out.
Well, I mean, yeah, any one can be done without canceling. I'd assume you can do this without somersaulting, but whether you should be doing it without somersaulting,
it's one difference. Hive Dynamo Works can't have Spider, right? No, wait, can it?
it can.
No,
Yeah.
it can't. It can with Screw Attack, right?
Well, we have Screw Attack,
Yeah.
so it can.
I was asking theoretically.
I mean, yeah, theoretically it can be. It's possible right now. We'll get a hint for it though, so we'll probably find out soon enough that it's dead. But
if you want to make this easier, markers, just do this aiming from the very far left edge of the ledge instead of standing in the middle. Makes it way easier to lock onto the top target.
oh, okay, Leaf
They're
looks
not
like they
aiming in the
know,
right
they know a
spot.
little bit more about what they're doing now. Using their space jump lower, and then somersault, cancel. Oh, didn't even cancel, still got it.
Aiming.
Perfect angle to get in there without canceling. Oh, and they didn't hold forward. They popped back in bounds.
Dark burst in tunnel. In Dynamo Works tunnel. And missile related Hive Dynamo.
I'm not using that spider ball track. Oh, Leaf keeps getting out of bounds, but then just not holding forward, and they pop back in bounds when they jump.
Alright.
Yeah, we grabbed that. We grabbed that dark burst.
Indeed. We need it for checks notes.
We need that dark
Guardian.
burst so badly.
for Grapple Guardian. We've already murdered. Main gyro hint was a joke, by the way. That is our first joke hint. Looks like we're bailing. Yep, off to Lord Torvis we go. Can also be used in place of supers. For what?
Yeah, for what?
We already have Sunburst, so we could use it on Emperor too, so... It is slightly faster than Sunburst for what?
For what?
That we've already completed. Again, if we didn't do Grapple Guardian, then we would be fine.
Oh, and Leaf doesn't have gravity.
Blog, that's maybe what you're thinking. Is that what you're trying to convince us of? But we already checked blog on Marcus Mask's side, so...
Leaf doesn't have gravity. That's gonna be real slow.
Where was gravity?
I forgot. It was somewhere.
Oh my god, that's a...
wait.
It's Dark Torvis
Oh,
Arena.
Dark Torvis Arena. Yeah,
Dark
yeah.
Torvis Arena pipe.
Not skip doing that. Just skipping that dark upper is gonna hurt.
Yeah. Oh my god, we got a race, dude.
Where's that? I mean, I'm just waiting for Spider Ball to show up at any second for MM, but it still hasn't. I mean, we've got checks left here. We still have checks, but is it gonna show up? If it doesn't, Leaf has got a chance, but the chance diminishing without this gravity boost. Yeah, I mean, Sunburst does travel extremely slow.
Leaf gave up on going to Grove side, Torvis. So, I mean, eventually, once they get the sank, they'll find it. They'll find the hint. All right.
Oh, they're
Second
joking.
joke hints. Okay. In terms of remaining hints, we have FTA, Dank Entrance, Watch Station, and every Emerald hint. Now, they can check Sentinel's path for nothing. Actually, what can they... They know where every Torvis key is. They know where 2 of the Torvis key is. And the other, yeah, so there's no reason to go to Sentinel's path just to listen to the item. This has to be an item. It cannot be a key. So we should hear an item here on their side. Because you can sometimes Nope. Yeah, no need.
Yeah, no need
'Cause you
to do
can
that.
sometimes listen for the item and listen whether it's a key
We're not
or an
checking
item.
that right now. Spider could be ATS.
Mm-hmm. Watch station X. Oh, first hint. Cobalt translator and man works ID.
Cobalt hinting itself. Love to see it.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Watch station access. Hello, hello, hello.
Did MM do it earlier?
Nope. Oh, maybe they did.
I think they did. I can. The room looks orange on their map. Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of just peeking that as you do main gyro.
Missile.
It doesn't look like anything. I mean, no Cat West is a key, so it's ATS or nothing, right?
Yeah, we have watch
this
station
point-
access. ATS. Hive
ATS.
gyro can't be. Well, no, Hive gyro can't be it.
I think it's ATS or
Dynamo works boss.
Well, it could be.
Vanilla Spider.
Did MM scan the Hive Dynamo hint?
Yeah, that was missile
Okay.
related. But I'm talking about just Spider Guardian.
Yeah.
Vanilla.
Yeah. So that's just that one check left. Cobalt hints have not yielded anything. MM not even checking ATS. It looks like we're going to save warp here. Man, if that spider is ATS. Is Leaf? Leaf is in sync. Oh boy.
Oh my
Just
god.
dodging all of Torvis. We're gonna get the Aegon keys if this spider ball is here. If this spider ball is here, and it's locked by these Echo, if it's locked by the Annihilator Echo combo.
Do you climb
Leaf
ATS here as
overhead.
Leaf? I think you check transit station, reactor core.
I mean, yeah,
and then
you
turn around.
do those checks, get Sank map, probably climb ATS. I think you gotta. I mean, this is the
So we
last
already did
Aegon
Spider
key for Leaf
Treasure, yeah.
now. Did we do Spider Treasure?
Yes, Leaf did
Okay,
Spider
yeah.
Treasure, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we just gotta check transit station area, and then you climb ATS.
Oh, and
for
Chris
sure.
Lake was a life support system. I forgot about that, so that's dead.
Man, I mean, the thing is, it's crazy. There's not that many checks that Spider could still be, and Leaf has got 4 checks. Spider Ball could be here in Sank for basically a win, like almost on the spot. I wouldn't say it's on the spot yet because MM does not have to go back to Torvis here. MM already got Torvis cleared out, and Leaf will not know about that gravity boost. So they're still not go mode even after finding this, but it puts them in a position to win. I think MM is now going back for this Echo Visor, which they might... Oh yeah, they know this is Echo. What does MM play for here? In MM's position, this is tough.
I still don't
So,
like
like-
skipping ATS, so I don't know why we did that.
Yeah, I mean, that's 2 checks that could be your Spider Ball.
Also, they don't know that main gyro is Emerald.
They got a hint for it.
They got a hint for a translator.
Well,
don't know
that's the
whether
only
that defiled-
translator. That's the only translator. they
Oh,
have
yeah,
left.
yeah. Sorry, that's right. They do now. Remember. Excuse me. Oh, they're finally checking Hall of Honor dead. Finally. Okay, I mean, just like remaining checks, I can list them out. I
Well,
can
yeah.
name them.
Yeah,
FTA,
name all
Morphine
remaining
Path.
checks.
FTA, Profane Path, Storage Sea, Dark Oasis, Feeding Pit. Dark Oasis is probably at best a beam combo, at best Sonic Boom, so it's probably nothing.
Okay, yeah.
Feeding Pit, Taurus Plaza, can't be Spider. Under Temple Boss and Ledge, can't be Spider. Dank Entrance, also can't be Spider. Airy can't be Spider. Dynamo Works Boss could be Spider. Sentinel's Path, Watch
Could
Station can't be Spider. ATS, Hive Gyro can't be Spider. So I think it's
Okay.
ATS 1, ATS 2. Oh, they finally get the Defiled Shrine hit.
Oh, they didn't have the hint.
Yeah,
Okay, well now I think. Oh, how does MM route this? This is so wacky for that position. I mean, I think you probably go to Dark Aegon, because you can do a Morbus now, and you get those checks right there. And then, worst case, you don't find Spider, you go get the Echo and start doing Echo checks. Leaf notably did not climb ATS. Probably a mistake.
Maybe we'll do it after Cat W.
I mean, we'll get. Yeah, I assume we have to. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way they both skip ATS and Spider's just there, right? Like,
Yeah.
surely that does not happen.
Dude, when you look at the list of remaining possible spider checks, Profane Path, Storage Sea Feeding Pit, Sentinel's Path, and the 2 ATS checks, it really makes me question skipping ATS on Markers.
Yeah, the ATS.
I actually want to ask them about that.
I mean, I can tell you, I've literally in a weekly, like, I think this year, no, it was like back in November, in a weekly, we had a Spider Ball on ATS. And I just forgot the check existed. Like, I went to Watch Station, and I didn't do ATS, and it was just there. So I can very well relate if you just forget about ATS. But if you know it's there and you willingly skip it when it has two...
They didn't check Spider's treasure. Leaf didn't. That's
Yeah,
right,
okay.
they didn't. Okay. All right. Sorry, go ahead.
And, yeah, so in their mind, this could be Spider Ball. Obviously, it won't be, though. Yeah, I remember that. That was that one. Yeah, I did that weekly with Cat Hewitt. I literally just forgot to pick up a Spider Ball, so I can relate to it. But man, if you know about it, if you don't forget that ATS exists and you just willingly skip it, that's kind of a blunder. Especially if that does end up actually being the Spider Ball. I do agree with what MM is doing here. Like I said, going back to Aegon, probably getting a Morbus out of the way, and then doing these remaining checks.
Can FTA be... FTA can be Spider?
It can be, yeah. FTA can
Yeah, I assumed it was because I thought main gyro was Spider Lock, but it isn't.
No, yeah.
No. That's right. So that's another one to the list. Are we finally doing Inkash 2? Markers.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. No supers still.
Yeah. I don't know, buddy. I feel like there's no point. I think you have to orphan Torva's energy controller.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I guess we're doing worms, so why not?
Yeah, I mean you're not well, we're doing feeding pit too. You might as well get it, right? And they might be wanting it for Defiled Shrine as well. Because they know that's Echo. And they know this is probably supers. Well, actually, in their mind,
and Storage C, Cat Human Point 7 point.
Yeah, and Storage C is also available here. Let's see, what checks do we have in Aegon that could be it? What, like Storage C
and Feeding Pit? Yeah.
That's
I have a list in the dock at the bottom if you want to see everything.
Okay.
The entire list. Yeah. So yeah, FTA, Profane Path, Storage Sea Feeding Pit, Sentinel's Path, ATS. Just at the bottom. I think this is the list at the bottom of remaining checks is actually the best feature of the dock.
Yeah,
it's actually kind of become the best thing. Hive Gyro is dead. I actually don't even know why they checked it. Actually, why are we not doing quad right now? I guess we don't want to do the BSJ.
No spider, so.
Why did they not check Feeding Pit? Because I'm guessing they're checking this first and then...
Yeah, I mean, you're going to go out that direction.
Yeah. No shots in anger, so they definitely knew they were skipping this. Hopefully.
Okay, Dynamo.
And then now we're going to do it this way. Like, I think it's slightly faster to get to Feeding Pit this way by doing this, even though it is pretty slow. Leaf didn't check Hive entrance. I don't mind it, but there it is. FYI, it's actually slower to do this puzzle. Okay, good to know. If you want to get to Feeding Pit and you're in Inkash 2, do not do this puzzle. The only reason speedrunners probably do it is because speedrunners have to do the puzzle to get light beam. So.
Yeah, you do.
Unless you want to do a incredibly goofy task-only wall crawl, which I do not recommend. If you want to know which wall crawl I'm talking about, you would do it's the one that Mask Task does.
Oh, it's like the What's it?
One
What's there,
E tank,
Crossroads?
like dark jump guardian loop. There's a. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no, yeah, it's
Crossroads.
Crossroads Secret World into.
Yeah.
No, no,
If
no, no, no.
only, if there was a way, because you know how you can clip out of bounds in GFMC using the splinters. If you could clip
Yeah.
out of bounds in Doomed Entry using the splinters,
Well, maybe
that would be crazy.
Maybe it would save time.
Yeah, I mean, I felt
But
like
like
that
the
would
task
actually-
wall crawl is like ridiculous. You have to like rely on drops.
Oh
Otherwise you
yeah,
die.
it's
like it's no,
crazy.
No. I don't even think
do
Cat
it.
Human. You want to try that? No, like it's not even fun. Not even fun to try. And yeah, that's Warriors Walk as well for them. But yeah, remaining checks, storage C. They can do worm now, which so this play isn't too bad. Just on your way here. And just grabbing super missiles is probably faster than you know. Although they are isolating storage C a little bit here, unless they want to go back for it.
I mean, yeah, you're kind of just leaving it behind. At this point, hoping that storage C is not it isn't a terrible play. Just being like, yeah, it's not going to be there, and just committing to that, basically.
I'm a man of the people. Enjoy your worm jams.
Okay. Leaf will shortly get Emerald.
I don't think you need to reload the room to take the cannon, no? Oh, you do. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you need to reload the room because to like get the echo locks to work.
Yeah. And it's convenient. You can just do this and check the second. Boop. Okay. The closest check from marker.
It's probably storage C, right?
Storage C. That's it. I think that's storage
I think-
C and ATS, and that's it for marker.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you have to. I think, gosh, it's like it's literally storage C, and then you have to go like get Echo to do something else.
Yeah.
So, or you could go to ATS, which is probably wise. I mean, I would say you for sure go to storage C after this, right? What you do from that point is a little like that's when you have to start thinking.
Yeah.
It could be.
Hear
That's
the words
when
of O'Lear, last sentinel of the fortress temple. May they serve you well. Carry on.
If you get storage C and it's not there, where like you can do ATS, but if you go to ATS and it's not there after you've done storage C and you don't have Echo Visor, you basically just accepted defeat. So yeah, I mean it's a tough play what you do after you go to storage C and it's not there, which it could be there. Okay, we're gonna see Sentinel's Path. Oh man, if it's Sentinel's Path.
Yeah.
If it's here.
If it's storage C, the marker's mask gets bailed out hard.
Yeah.
But if it's not storage C, the markers is in enormous trouble no matter what.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, don't forget, MM is up 5 SDKs right now, and that's a lot. That's a lot less cleanup that has to be done. But oh my god, okay, this race just got interesting.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't know how this is gonna go. How much time?
What's gonna happen? Oh.
Yeah, the 5 SDKs is major here.
Yeah, 5 SDKs is massive.
Yeah.
What does Leaf have to do? Leaf is gonna go get this emerald.
I got a list. Leaf has Phase on Grounds and Torvus Lagoon.
Well, think of how we route. How do we route? We have to get this emerald. We do quad.
Yep.
Actually, we should probably do quad before we get emerald. And then
Cat W as well. Cat W quad.
Well, no, we can just go to Torvus through Sank. We get emerald. We do quad. We go to Torvus, and then we just clean up all that stuff there. Yeah. And then what do we have left after that? phase on grounds, we can get that with a save warp.
No, we don't have phase on grounds for Leaf. Leaf
Yeah,
didn't have to.
so
Dark
that's
Aegon
what-
Temple. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Torvis, and then you're
And then
right
to
beside.
Aegon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to
you
Aegon.
just okay. So this
Save
is
warp
the
in
clean
the
action route. Yeah.
Why are we scanning hits? We are in go mode. Are we not in go
I
mode
mean-
for them?
Oh, no gravity! No gravity! Oh, no!
Oh my god, we got a race, dude. This is crazy. What's gonna happen?
No
It all
gravity!
entirely depends on what Marker's Mask does after this storage C play here.
I mean, it also depends on what Leaf does with his gravity. How
Yeah.
soon do we route back to Torvis? No, okay.
Oh my god.
Leaf actually has an ideal scenario. It really depends what MM does after this. That's a huge factor. But Leaf is going to get this Emerald and is going to go back to Torvis and be like, hey, let's get Emerald hints to find this gravity.
Yeah.
And that's going to put them in the right direction to find it. So, okay, this storage
You
seed
drop
can't
it.
be anything. It can't be
You-
anything.
Drop down the elevator here, and then you get.
Oh my god. Oh, this is...
Oh, what was storage C? I completely missed it.
It was just Dark Ammo. Oh, no gravity, no gravity.
Holy crap, dude.
Okay, we're going to quad, right?
Wait, why are we going this way?
Why are we going this
Oh.
way? I guess
We have
maybe-
Echo.
have we not
we have-
seen? I guess we can see Hive Gyro if we go this way.
But they got the hint, though.
Well,
not
Hive
moved, it's just-
Gyro.
Oh, Hive Gyro. No, they already did. No, who did Hive Gyro?
Oh yeah, Leaf
Markers
already
did
did
Hive
Hive
Gyro.
Gyro.
Markers did Hive Gyro.
Leaf already has his portal open, right? So I think they did Hive Gyro too. Or did they just take this portal without opening it and are just gonna be stuck in
Oh
it?
no, they checked Hive Gyro. Why did? Are we gonna do?
I guess. Well, I guess we
ammo?
can just get to quad this way. I mean, we can just get to quad this way. We
have to do
do
the
force
BSJ.
ourselves to do a BSJ, but
Yeah.
it should be fine.
Makes me question why we didn't do quad earlier if we can do this.
Oh, no beam ammo whatsoever. I mean, shit, you gotta fill up.
There's the ammo station.
Oh, the ammo station.
we
Yeah.
can grab that. Yeah, why not?
I always forget this exists.
Yeah.
Never a more clutch. No, screw attack. Thanks.
Okay.
Never a more clutch time for this ammo station to exist than being completely
The most-
out of beam ammo and
The
missiles.
most overkill of ammo stations.
One power bomb, no missiles, and no beam ammo whatsoever.
I think you blew these up. Yeah, you blew them up. Yeah. The most epic ammo station at the bottom of a massive elevator. Look at this. Isn't it magnificent? Awesome. Yeah, Leaf didn't grab the... This is where Leaf is getting punished for not climbing up MSA. That was like 2 hours ago. Hilarious. Rain in a desert ammo station? What are you
Yeah.
talking about? Wait,
Rain in a desert ammo station. It's like
Where, what?
never used, but we're using it. So it's rain in a desert ammo station.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were referring to some like Torvis ammo station, but no.
Maybe there is just another ammo station in Torvis that nobody knew about.
No. Where is Markers going to go with this? Probably going to go to Profane Path after this.
Oh, why are we going back, Leaf? Where are we going back?
Oh, did they take the portal to use the ammo the ammo bats? Like to
I mean,
just
are we
shoot
just
an
are
island?
we just not going to quad though?
No, I think they actually went to grab ammo here from the ammo thingies.
Yeah, but
in
surely
Hive Gyro.
maybe we can't do the BSJ.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's. But then why? I'm guessing. They
But
just
then
didn't
why
wanna do
go
quad
that
with no
way?
ammo. No, I'm pretty sure it's just the ammo. Because you saw,
Yeah,
we saw when they came out
at
of the
that
portal
point
the
you just
first
farm
time.
boxes.
When he came out of the portal,
Yeah,
when
no
they,
ammo.
when they came out of the portal,
Yeah.
excuse me.
No ammo.
They were looking at the bats, trying to find the bats, and the bats didn't show up. And then
Yeah.
they went to the ammo station. So, okay, so
I guess we can't do the BSJ. I guess that's just
Yeah.
that would really save a lot of time here now.
that ink hive key has actually punished them harder here.
Yeah.
Not grabbing that ink hive key, which is incredible. And Marker indeed
Yeah.
grab Echo, and now we're on our way to
Yeah,
the
we're
Profane
going to
Path.
Profane Path. Oh, how long is it before MM gets back to Sentinel's Path?
Yeah.
Once MM gets Sentinel's Path, what SDKs do we have left? Profane Path, or not Profane Path? Phase on Grounds.
There's the list in the doc.
It's just like Phase on Grounds and Quad for MM, right?
Yeah, Phase on Grounds and Quad, yeah.
And we're gonna get Phase on Grounds now. So like, the instant MM finds that spider ball, we're probably done within 10 minutes because we just do Quad. We're right next to Quad. We do that. That's our last SDK, and we're done. We're probably done within 10 minutes once we find Spider. So,
has Marcus checked Pod W?
I actually don't think so.
Might actually. I don't think Marcus S has. We might see Pod W after Profane Path, which means we might get that cannibal.
Yeah. This is a question of one: how fast does Leaf get the gravity? And two, how fast does MM go back to Sentinel's Path? I think I would probably give the advantage to MM because we're just...
What's happening here? Oh,
yeah,
I got stuck there for a second. Oh, there we go.
The 5 SDK lead is so huge. And, like, no gravity means it's still going to be some time before Leaf. And, like, Leaf is spending a lot of time here just, you know, doing these sank checks where we're not going to find gravity.
Oh, by the way, I think Taurus Plaza is our final. Final Taurus.
Oh, Taurus Plaza could be a Taurus.
Yeah, the Taurus Plaza is our last upper light Taurus check, and it has to be a Taurus key, a dark Taurus key.
Well, did we ever actually look at Gathering Hall? Because
yes, I checked.
Okay, we did. So yeah. So it's just gotta be that then.
Yeah.
Okay, MM gonna be disappointed by Profane Path, but we are gonna get this SDK.
Markers can't even get FTA too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. They might be panicking right now that they have to go all the way back for Emerald to then go back to FTA. They might even wall crawl.
They might wall crawl. Actually, no, that makes so much sense to wall crawl here for MM because not only do you get to check FTA, but you also get into Sank, and that's exactly where you want to go after this. A wall crawl here makes so much sense.
Yeah. You just skip Sank entrance. You don't even bother with the item. Just fly or pass to use the entrance.
I mean, you might get the hint.
Yeah, maybe. It's kind of slow of a hint.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't know where Spider Ball is.
Yeah.
I think they probably get the hint if they go for that wall crawl.
So if you were in this situation, you'd probably do Pod W into Sank entrance, right?
I mean, okay, it's really hard to know whether I do Pod W or not, but I think I probably would. I mean, it's just like, how much do we think these... It's such a tough spot for MM. Yeah. I mean, obviously the best play is just not get into this position, but the fact that MM is not heading out to GFMC, we are not wall crawling.
Not even doing Pod W either. What are we
doing?
Well,
this could be Pod W, but... It would be faster.
We don't have Emerald. oh, pain.
Yeah.
I mean,
surely it's just faster to just we have Dark Fighters or Seekers, we can just leave. Surely it's faster to do that. Oh no, we're taking a save? Question mark? Or maybe we're taking
they forgot they hot dogged the Emerald.
Okay, why do we even come back to Great Temple?
Probably is a faster route to Pod W.
I mean, it's just not. It's just faster to stay in Temple Grounds.
Yeah.
Even if you have Emerald, it's not faster to come this way.
Yep, I agree. In-game time, it is.
Yeah, in-game time, it's certainly faster to go through Great Temple, but
40 seconds of load does not make it worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in speedruns, like in any percent, yeah, we do this. We just go through Great Temple for all the keys, but when we're talking about RTA, we're going to go through Temple Grounds.
Okay. Meantime, we have quad. Sorry, I will give you some quad gem. Is there isn't any reason we return the energy here? Nah.
Nah. Well, probably not.
Wait, what? What did markers do? Oh, they checked pod W? I actually was not paying attention.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, okay, so they... Oh, wow, that's weird. That's not a very good play, I think. They pivot saved for pod W check. That's...
That, yeah. I feel like it's just not faster to do that.
Yeah. You want to shoot these antennas with light beam? Yeah.
Yeah. This is still okay. Now we're wall crawling. Hopefully. I mean, yeah, I think MM just has to go to Sank to win. And I think that's what we're doing.
Yep. Oh. What?
Okay, yeah, this is a wall.
Oh, okay.
I think this is another one I actually taught MM how to do. Oh, I think he had a standable there and just morphed for no reason. As I said, it's a little hard to tell just watching. It's easier when you're playing and you have rumble and you can actually feel when you land on something.
Okay, thank you, Quadhead. Now, this wall crawl is scary. If you fall far. Like very, very far. Both the boxes for GFMC and FTA are pretty massive.
I don't think FTA is not massive. GFMC.
Oh, FTA, no, sorry, not it.
GFMC it's recoverable, but it's definitely slow. But it's by no means like reset.
Yeah, I forget. FTA is fine. When I've seen people fall, it's probably in the GFMC box.
Yeah. I mean, GFMC does extend.
FMC is recoverable? Question mark. Cat human.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely recover falling down GFMC. That's the sign of someone who hasn't played Corruption before.
Yeah, bro's been climbing up Elysia a lot recently, huh?
GFMC ain't got nothing on Zipline Station Alpha.
Or God forbid, Spire.
Yeah.
The most gargantuan room in the video game.
Okay, I think MM is trying to force load this, but it's just not... Like, you just need to jump down to the side of the door to force load this, because you're not loading the room by just jumping on top of the door. I guess we're maybe trying to hit a load trigger? I don't know where the load trigger is for this room, though, and I don't think it's anywhere near the door. Let me look, actually. Okay, there we go. That's a force load. We should be good now. Now the room is loaded. We can just transition to it. I don't think MM realizes the room is loaded. Okay, there it is. Load trigger is on the gate.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Jumping on some standables.
Are we gonna go straight to the elevator? Or what are we doing?
We're gonna ceiling warp.
Oh, check the FTA item. Yeah. That looks like a missile. Yep.
Oh, we gotta
transition.
No. We gotta go transition.
Yeah, we gotta go transition.
How funny would it be if this is the spider ball hint?
Oh, that would be. That'd be incredible. All right.
All right, is it the spider ball hint? Please. Ah,
No.
dang. Okay, useless.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay, this is starting to get interesting. Leaf is heading to Torvis. It's only a matter of time before we find gravity. At the same time, MM is heading to Sank, and it's only a matter of time before we find Spider Ball. Which one's faster? I still think MM is faster, but if something, it depends how Leaf routes this, and if something pops up that something unexpected happens, we could be in for a race. This could be close.
Because those upper Torvis ones are like pretty close. What do we have remaining? They did Torvis Lagoon.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big
It's the
question.
Dark Aegon Temple one. We're still scanning stuff. That's
The big question is just how fast do we find gravity?
Secret launcher.
That's the question for the Leaf. How quickly do we go to Dark Torvis Arena? We have an SDK there. I mean, I think Baja will probably keep them out of
You're going to
lower
dungeon.
Torvis once we get these hints. We're just gonna leave.
You're going to Gathering Hall first.
MM just.
I think MM is probably
just MM just getting so close to this spider ball. I don't think there's a.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just like the fact that Leaf still has to find that gravity and do a Mortis. Like I said, once MM finds that spider ball, we're done in less than 10 minutes. So, really, Leaf has basically just got to go straight to.
No, don't go to Dark Lord Torvis. Oh yeah, that's pain. But I mean, it is available.
It is an SDK, but at the same time, that is kind of painful. Please be a gravity hint.
Yes.
Oh, that kind of puts them in the wrong direction, though. It's they're gonna go down here now. Well, like again,
they might even do Powerbomb Guardian.
Oh, they might.
That's the crappiest hint that it could have given us, actually.
The hint that actively points you in the wrong direction.
Even a new system, like even the new hints, probably would have been better here.
The hint that actively points you in the wrong direction.
Yeah. Getting repoed by the quad. Nice.
Where's MM going? I guess we're going in the dark world because we don't want to do the instant morph or the screw attack over that gate. Though the screw attack over that gate is actually super easy. So I would suggest people learn it. The instant morph is a little tougher.
It's actually kind of crazy that giving up on the underground tunnel sequence break is actually what's going to cost Leaf. Leaf would be winning badly right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Again with the ammo issues. Apparently those birds, those bats don't show up. What are those called, by the way, in Hive Gyro?
Night barbs.
Night barbs. Okay. Or Hive Dinos. Sorry.
Yeah, night barbs.
Got a screw tag.
Okay, yeah. I mean, MM is like right here. Is Leaf gonna find Grav before MM finishes? Probably. But yeah, that hint is so painful. And if they had gotten past that Emerald Gate, man.
Yeah.
What a seed it would have been for Leaf. Struggling.
They're just gonna run straight into Sun's path and get it immediately.
Yeah. This is just it. Yeah. This is game over.
Yeah. Didn't even bother with ATS.
Yeah, this one's faster, so get it first. And this will be Spider Ball.
And then after that, what are they missing?
Quad and then
Quad.
GG.
Yeah. In anticipation, I'll switch to their audio for that.
We'll get to see ATS. Just in go mode.
Yep. Fighting these dudes without dark ammo. Eventually.
Yeah, thankfully we got screw attack.
There we go, finally. Finally Liv gets up. For those of you who don't know, you cannot start this fight when the room is loaded from either the under transits. It has to be the access room. Sac chamber access, or I don't know if it's sacrificial access, it might just be sacrificial access.
Something like that.
Yeah. Wow, we really cleared a lot of the Sea Dark Oasis, Under Temple boss and ledge, Sank entrance, Airy, Dynamo Works boss, and Watch Station are our only remaining checks. And I think Watch Station was jacked.
Yeah, we already saw Watch Station.
Oh, they're doing the Under Temple.
Oh, the worst, just the worst possible hint.
I think the new hints, which are like specifically designed to be nerfed, would have probably pointed us in a better direction here.
Yeah, I mean, if it's just like, hey, you know, gravity boost is near a boost pipe or something.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, that's Dark Torvus Arena.
Yeah.
But no, we get an area hint, and ooh boy, it did not point Leaf in the right direction.
Yeah. And you know what? If either of us were in this situation right now, we would do the exact same thing, because the only two Dark Upper Torvus checks remaining are Cache B. No, not even Cache B. Just Torvus Arena. Dark Torvus Arena. That's
yeah,
it.
I mean, you gotta.
Yeah. And Powerbomb Guardian is a fast fight. It's actually very fast. Deceptively
Yeah,
fast.
it's like a minute and a half.
No, it's less. A Morbus is 2 minutes for the record.
It's like a minute and a half. Well, like a minute and a half to get from the fight trigger to picking up the item is about the right amount of time. Like it's pretty quick.
Markers, if you're watching this, by the way, quad fight at the first phase is like very, very simple algorithm. Like you just
stand
by the leg. Stand by the leg. Shoot the left kneecap. After it blows up, you morph, blow up the you bomb the foot, and then just stand by the foot, and it'll stomp, and it's easy dodge, and it's not stressful at all.
Yeah, if you stand by the foot, you'll always bait it into melee attacks, and then it won't do any of its annoying attacks where it goes invulnerable.
And this is also, I think, the fastest way to do it as well. Fastest way to do the fight. Wait, can Under Temple even be logical? Can gravity boost be here down here?
I think so, yeah. I don't know why it wouldn't.
Oh yeah, I can, yeah. So we're struggling with it all up here. There's Sonic Boom. Our remaining item locations, they're all done. And we have every major. We have everything. We've seen every key. We know where every key is. Leaf doesn't know, but we know. I can literally delete the remaining item locations section. That's it. I've never done that before. That is how weird this seed is. Hello? Game? Okay. Guess we were stuck on the quad side.
Yeah, that kind of happens. That can happen. It's weird. Okay, so if MM can do reverse side key skip, we do that into getting just safe warp out of high gyro. Well, actually, wait, are we able to touch the trigger from the other side of the gate? Like, I don't know if that's a thing, but if it is, we have the Inghive keys.
We could give it a try.
Let's see, we're going up. Okay, we're not going. Sag.
The annoying thing is, even if they booked it straight to Upper Torvis, they would still have to come back down here.
Yeah, they still have. Yeah, TTS is still.
Alright, now we just wait. We did pick up Sonic Boom, so we get to do this trick. We missed it. You kind of want to, like, aim it kind of a little bit at the ground. There we go. Yep, surely Leaf wins this. But Leaf has to do worms, which takes 2 minutes for the fight itself if you get worm skip. But to get to worms is going to take longer. So.
And gotta find gravity.
And gotta find gravity. Still
And pick up all the Torvis keys.
Yep.
And all in 5 minutes before MM finishes.
Yeah. There you go, you can shoot through these.
Yeah.
So let's remind ourselves a little bit of the logic. I don't think the logic was too bad this seed. It was just the Annihilator, Sand Canyon, into Incash 2 Supers. That was kind of bad. But that was all, like, reasonable. It wasn't like asking you to ping pong back and forth between temple grounds and too much.
It wasn't horrible logic. It was just MM not getting that echo early kind of cost them with the spider ball in what's that one? Yeah, in Sentinel's Path. This was like the perfect spireless EI2 seed.
Yep. Because Dark Visor was in Torvis.
Yeah, I was in Path of Roots.
Wait, how do we get there? Yeah. So it wants you to go. It wants you to get supers, go to Path of Roots, go to Defiled Shrine, then go to Sentinel's Path. I don't think very many people are god routing that, like literally being like, "Ah, yes, I shall take this Dark Visor to Defiled Shrine." Like immediately. I guess Leaf's route would have been pretty good there because Super Missiles get the Dark Visor, and then on your way over to Hints, you grab the Echo Visor.
Mm-hmm.
and that would have been.
It's
fun.
kind of it's just hard to know to do that, you know, without knowing where Dark Visor is and that you're gonna want that Echo Visor badly.
That's a fun example of how grabbing hints early can screw
Yeah,
you over
I mean
because you'll be hesitant to go back. You'll be
that's
hesitant to
like
go back to the Fountain. It's the
that's
one disadvantage of getting hints immediately.
yeah. I mean that's just like spoiler log seed routing basically. If you manage to get that Dark Visor before.
Now they're gonna find the grapple beam and get baited. Yeah, they're probably upset about that grapple beam. They were hoping that was gravity.
Well, they know some Dark Taurus.
Yeah. But
Well,
I imagine Leaf
they'll
just went for
probably-
it anyway, because like, oh, oh my god. Nope, never mind.
They'll find gravity before
Yeah.
the end.
Oh, funny. Grapple pirates, even worse.
Love to see him.
I wonder if Leaf knows like, by the looks of it, Leaf probably doesn't know Cashby Chasm as well because of that Screw Attack Secret World and
Yeah.
Taurus Temple.
Yeah, those secret rules are exactly the same, so
Yeah.
probably does not know Cashby Chasm.
We're gonna get memed by Emperor 1, or Emperor 3. Normally, Emperor just stands still, we can just dash left and Screw Attack. It's a very nice setup. Very consistent, but sometimes Emperor 3 just decides to jump at us. Oh, what happened? They reset. Leaf reset.
Huh.
Oh no, what happened then? Raise time, they haven't said anything. They crashed. Yep, they crashed.
Oh
They crashed
no.
on approaching the, yep.
That is a tragic.
All the way
That is
back
a
and sank?
tragic-
Oh my
yeah.
god. They don't even have Spider.
At least that is not going to determine the race.
Yeah.
As MM already on to DS4 here in
Yeah.
a second.
Oof, that's rough. Chad, are we getting Dork Samus today?
Dork Samus. Hopefully
Dark
not.
Samus 4. Dark Samus 4.
Hopefully, if RNG is on our side,
Yeah.
we will not be getting Dork Samus today.
Marcus Mass doing the air and explosive setup, I believe. Yep, looks like it.
Might be a little too far to the left. We'll see though. It should be good. Okay, yeah.
That should be good. Yep, very good.
And we. Oh, okay.
Oh, going for the screw attack immediately.
That's
I think we missed.
not
so
quite
should we?
the way you want to. Generally, you want to actually get hit by her shield as she puts it up, so like that, and then you use screw attack. So you want to like, because if you don't, you can just bonk on her shield like that. Well, not necessarily bonk, but like you just slide down it.
Yeah, just like that. I don't think Marcus has actually done any damage.
If so, I think he's done a very small amount of damage.
Okay.
Okay, doing like keeps doing like small amounts of damage. He's just getting ever so close. I would just use Dark Beam at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've done like okay. There we go.
2 shots, GG.
GG.
And Leaf is forfeited. Unfortunate, but I think at this point they know that that's not what cost them the race. The crash did not cost them the race.
Yeah, the crash did not cost them, thankfully.
Hello, Markers Mask and Leno. Welcome, GG's.
GG's and hello.
All right, so just to explain what happened with Leaf. Leaf did not skip Emerald, and so just lost a bunch of time to that. And that's how you guys got ahead. But Leaf did pick up supers, and we were like, oh my god, there was a chance that Leaf wins because Leaf got Echo much earlier and Spider much earlier as well. But you guys were ahead on, but you got ahead on STKs by a significant amount, and then Leaf just couldn't skip Emerald until
yeah. It was like MM had a much cleaner early game and got into Torvis a lot sooner, but didn't have supers in Torvis, so clearing that whole area out was kind of slow. However, MM got gravity on that first pass through, which Leaf still does not have.
Yeah.
And then just unfortunately not getting those supers means no Echo, and that also means no Spider on the first pass through Sank. So clears out all Sank, but doesn't get Spider, so has to go back for Echo. Well, has to go back for supers first, and then get Echo, and then get Spider, which is an annoying backtrack. But Leaf did not get the gravity on the first pass because of no Emerald, and that ended up costing a lot more time late game, even though they got the supers and Echo and Spider much sooner.
Yeah.
We were sweating because what is the logical way into Sank then with how this went? Is it through it's not through the front door, is it?
It's through through Aegon. Yeah, through Aegon and Hive Dynamo.
Yeah, Hive Dynamo, Seekers and Dark Visor.
Yep.
Through Hive Dynamo portal.
Oh yeah, that's right. Lena was explaining that to me. I keep forgetting that. That was the first time I've ever taken that portal. So yeah, because I was like, the only way I know how to go into Sank here without Spider then is either through with Echo, and then it was like, where is Echo? And it just kept compounding and compounding because we're like, okay, Echo's really scary here, and we were really worried too that with Echo and supers, like if I had Seekers and supers to go get hints, or even just supers in general, and check the Filed Shrine early, and then might have hit Sank up first to get that Emerald. We were curious if like Spider was hinted on Emerald, and then we were just cooked. So
yeah, I guess we can start with that actually before we do that. Hello Leaf, hello Baja, welcome GG's.
GG's.
I guess we can start with other questions right away. We'll work backwards. So why did we skip supers? Like, did you not know that Incash 2 had to be a progression, or were you? What was the rationale for skipping supers? What was
with the out of bounds that I know, we didn't necessarily need supers until it became an easy pickup to save time after killing a Morbus or before killing a Morbus. So like could have hit the defiled shrine out of bounds too, but then like getting all the way back out with Echo was going to take way more time than just going and getting that. So I was kind of banking on the fact that Sank had Spider, which it did. But then we liked the early route into Torvis by after getting boost and Seekers for Underground Tunnel, because we could skip the Emerald there. And so I was like, okay, well, might not need supers, and if it is Torvis Energy Controller, we can snag that too out of bounds. But we didn't think we'd get burned that bad from it, I guess is the reason. And turns out,
were you ever worried that the Incash 2 could have been Emerald instead? Or something else? Could you worry, like, because it could have been Spider Ball, for example?
Yeah, because we were trying to piece together the logic after seeing Gravity, where it was. Because I think gravity was locked by Emerald, right? If I'm not,
Yes,
if
it
I
was.
remember.
Yeah, for
It was on-
Baja and Leaf, who never actually saw exactly where it
It was
was.
the
It was
other
on.
arena item, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Dark Tortoise Arena.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, because we like it was a fine play, it was just incredibly risky to us. We were like, wow, aggressive.
yeah, I was very perplexed by just not picking up those supers.
Well,
Yeah.
the other part of it was we didn't have light suit at the time. Like, okay, if it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
in cache 4, it's either feeding pit or in cache 2.
Yeah, and
that's a really bad gamble if you pick the one and it's not it, because then you got to make a third trip into the Dark Labs.
that's
And-
kind of what I was thinking when I was seeing MM go into Torvis. I was like, maybe this is just a play to like grab the light suit and then go back, so that way we have guaranteed get those supers when we're there, because we can get both in cache 2 and feeding pit. But
Yeah,
then
because we got
kinda-
a hint for temple access, I think, right?
yeah,
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
yeah, it's in mining station B.
Yeah, we thought that was the play. We're like, oh, that's actually kind of nice. You can grab feeding pit on your way there, so just in case it doesn't ping pong you back and forth. Like, okay, that's a play. But instead, you were like, no, we're skipping that. We don't need it. And we're like, whoa, that's
Well,
aggressive.
it kind of started out that way, and then the seed was like, "No, you're not."
Yeah, because
come
you found the
back-
grav and you're like, okay, I guess we go. Is that what happened?
Yeah. And the other thing too was I think didn't we get hints right afterwards as well too on the way to Torvis for that light suit as well? SDK hints, because
Mhm.
I think what was also going through our heads was we might just actually be really close to go mode too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, getting those hints, it was like Aegon keys and Spider Ball, and that was basically it. So, it was just like how hard can it be to just get those items? Turns out it can be pretty hard. It can take almost 2 hours from that point to finish the seed.
Okay, so two more questions for Marker's Mess, and then I got a few for Leaf, because ATS. Why did we skip ATS on the first pass to in-sync Markers? I'm really curious about this. We were both really stunned by that.
No,
You guys
no
just hot dog
echo.
it?
No echo, no spider.
Oh, you just didn't know how to open the portal without Spider? You don't know how to instant morph into the bomb slot?
No, but it was also out of logic because at that point we were hunting. We were
You didn't know
hunting
about the
spider.
Echo. You didn't know
Yeah.
about the Echo, yeah, okay.
I guess that does make sense, but I don't know. I still would not have taken that risk.
So
I-
how do you go through the portal then to get to ATS without echo? It just
You go to
just-
wash station?
You just instant morph into this bomb slot and then take the
Wash
portal.
station, yeah.
Yeah, I-
backwards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Backwards. I don't think that's in logic of these settings, but
No, it's not in logic, but like we were both like, I mean, even at that point, I feel like it was somewhat safe to assume that Echo was going to be somewhere available, and we were both like, "Oh, why are we not checking ATS?"
Yeah, and ATS was in our minds, but I think at that point because we hit sync after.
Oh wait, hold on.
Torvis-
No, hold on. You guys knew where Echo was, and you knew it was
Well,
in logic
the-
because you had
no,
the Hall of Combat Mastery translator hint. So you
Well,
knew
they
the Defiled Shrine hint was...
they didn't
you-
scan the defiled shrine hint for like 2 hours.
Never mind.
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
very
I
late to that.
scanned
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Now
were
it all
very
makes
late to
sense.
that.
Now it all makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, one
it
final
was-
question.
It was
Sorry,
just
go
insane.
ahead.
It was just insane because like Drake and I were like counting the amount of checks left, and there were like 10 checks left at that point, and 2 of them were ATS.
Last
So we're
it was
like-
like 6.
We're like,
It was like 6,
surely you don't skip that, right?
Yeah.
And then
guys
we
skipped
actually were thinking about ATS after the fact, because now that we have Echo Visor, like, okay,
Yeah, it
we
was
just go up
logic,
staging area, and then ATS can definitely have Spider Ball.
Yeah.
And that would have been an even worse burn. I
Okay.
feel like.
It all makes sense. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think
So,
objectively still the case is like it's like, well, maybe Echo's in logic. Probably still worth a check. But
Yeah.
it's fine, that makes sense.
My take on it is also that in this exact seed, you also want to try and combine ATS with the Quadraxis play.
That's
Yeah.
another option too, yeah, as well.
We were trying to gun for Quadraxis for over an hour, and every time we were like, let's do quad, we had to remind each other, we don't have Spider Ball.
Yeah.
This would have been quite the seed for like Spireless, EI2, and Quad.
Spider Squad, yeah.
Would have been a real show.
That would have been an interesting thing to see in a mentor training level.
Yeah.
Spiderless Quad ain't too
May-
bad. Spiderless
maybe-
Emperor is just cancer.
Maybe Storm would do something like that. Wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know about Emperor 3 on, but Spiderless Squad, yeah.
Honestly, I feel
Pod-
like
what happened with Pod W, guys? I'm fascinated about
Oh,
this.
yeah,
What
that's-
happened with Pod W?
Hot dogs?
How did we just walk to Pod
dogs,
W?
yeah.
Why did we like, what happened there?
Well, when we
Um,
were counting the checks left, we were like, how? What do we have left? Because then we're like FTA. I was like, well, I can check FTA out of bounds. That kind of sucks. And then Leno's like, oh no.
Vanilla's-
I'm like, what? And he's like, Pod W. And I'm like, oh no.
Okay, but like, why go up the elevator? Get trapped behind
Yeah,
the
and
elevator.
the elevator
the
to
gate,
save warp reset.
Instead
Oh,
of
so-
just walking to Pod W.
There was
Oh,
actually
we
a
were
plan
already
behind
behind. Oh, but we had Seeker's Dark Visor, didn't we?
it. Yeah, we did. Yeah, that was actually part of the plan intentionally. Once we realized Pod W was like, okay, we'll take the pivot save here. If it's Pod W, great, we go. If not, reset. We'll do FTA like we planned, and then go into sync that way, and hope.
I
Also,
guess
I mean, you
I guess
could've
we could have
grabbed
just
Cannonball.
walked over there too.
Yeah, you could have just walked over there, picked up cannon. They would have been great. Emperor 2 was nicer. We were like, okay, so it was hot dog. Okay, good. All right, so for Leaf, you guys like had a pretty rough early game. Like it wasn't as clean as Markers. Like Markers got the Annihilator much earlier, and it was all smooth for Marker in the early game, and then it kind of became a mess later on. Whereas for you guys, it was a little rougher in the early game. Of course, there was the issue with the crash at the very end there, right before Med Vista. But at that point, it wouldn't have cost you the race, I don't think. Hopefully, we didn't get too upset about that. But we're curious about what happened with the Torvus Temple Secret World. You guys just gave up on it.
I'm not familiar with Out of Bounds in the slightest, so it was
Oh,
we were trying to teach me on the fly, and it wasn't working.
okay, fair enough. All right.
And so
Oh.
I made the call that we just got Cobalt. Let's go get information out of Sanctuary.
Fair enough.
We can get
That makes
most
sense.
of Sanctuary, unless outside of anything blocked by Spider Ball, and then all of a sudden, Spider Ball and
Because I think like the fact that you guys got supers would have made, and the fact that you got Echo earlier, would have made. But even the supers, just getting the supers actually saves
Yeah.
more time than you think. Because also another thing that Marker said and Leno had to deal with was the idea of maybe Torvus Energy Controller having Spider Ball, which would have been just
Yeah.
a complete disaster.
I mean,
So like I think this was like you guys had a very smooth like second half of the game. Like Sank was super smooth, everything was super smooth just because you got this the supers. But if you were able to get that secret world, and this is probably like the next trick you learn, you would have been like immediately won the race. I think.
yeah, I think that would have certainly won it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Um,
fairly heavily against Out of Bounds to begin with myself, but
okay.
so
We were
I'm-
actually talking about it mainly because Bro was like, skipping supers here. He didn't agree with it just because it slows everything down. Like when you go out of bounds to do, like when you have to go out of bounds all the time to skip an item, it's like pretty bad. When you use it to just optimize something, like a small skip, like that Emerald Translator gate, or like Cash B, that's when out of bounds is strong. It's when you like, yeah. So like in this case, it would have been nice. But if you're against it, that's fine. It makes sense. Out of bounds can be kind of intimidating.
Quick question. In terms of then having the choice of feeding pit and light suit known in Torvus, would the correct route then, or correct's probably the wrong word, but the more optimal route to just then book it straight back to Aegon for those supers then? Because really that was the only 3 checks left was Incash 4, Incash 2, and feeding pit, right?
But like,
FTA was
we
logical.
needed an item to get logical Torvus access. So like, Incash 2 or Incash 4 had to be like supers or emerald.
Hmm.
And then
Or
that,
like
yeah,
something good.
Yeah, it has
and
to
that charge combo in Dark Aegon hint too.
Yeah, it's just it had to
It's
be.
just like screaming. Super missiles are right there,
Yeah.
But, like,
and
even
also
with,
the
like,
Annihilator, like
Wait,
right.
did we not have logical Torvis access with Amber and Lightbeam
No.
and a suit?
No.
The suit was
Uh,
behind the suit when we found it was out of logic because we didn't have Dark Visor or Emerald's translator to get out of transport access A.
Because
Yeah,
it was in transport.
Torvis is out of logic until you get supers there.
Well, that's
Completely,
right.
Yeah.
That makes more sense than Leno. That it could have eliminated feeding pit then.
You know, I will admit I never considered that because that's such a silly suit location. I just never thought about it because it was that early. I should have. Like, I should have known.
Same here. Yeah.
Yeah.
But because I was thinking, I was like, how did you know then it would be in cat? Because, yeah, at that point, pushing supers right away would have been the answer immediately.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I mean,
we
I
got
was
pushed into the supers before we even got the hint about supers. Like
Oh.
that was a thanks game hint for us.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was
Like,
shocked.
no matter
when-
what, it's like it could have been a bunch of things. It could have been.
I was-
like,
I was just kind of
spiders,
shocked
per
when
se.
like you get that Annihilator in Sand
Sand
Canyon,
Canyon.
and you just like don't go straight to Cat 2
we just
afterwards.
booked it out of there. See you later, Aegon.
So, did you two do Dark Labs 2 trips, or did you get Annihilator and then do Dark Labs?
It would
2
take
trips.
us 3 times.
Okay.
It was the early game was a mess.
We
for
had
them.
a
They were-
really
they were
rough
behind
early
in the
game.
early game. Yeah, they were
Okay.
behind. So now I can get to those questions. So the first roadblock, the first immediately getting punished thing, we were like, oh god, is turning around after Crossroads. Y'all did not actually. I don't even think. Did you always even check Crossroads? I think you guys did check Crossroads and then turn around. Right?
specifically did not because
No.
we did
I'm
not-
talking about Leaf.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Leaf like went into Dark Aegon, or the first trip to Dark Aegon, checked Crossroads, I think, and then immediately turned around and left. Didn't do Jump Guardian. Didn't find power bombs and screw until much later.
Oh,
Yeah. We were curious about that. I mean, like, the thing is, the seed kept giving you things, which it was like, okay, I guess we're not getting punished, but in the meantime, you were actually getting punished, and we were curious, like, what the thought process was there, because I don't remember, bro. Did we like disagree with the decision? I don't think we did. It was fine, right? Or was it?
Well,
just, like,
I mean, my thought was like, if you're going to Dark Aegon, might as well do all of it. But it's not a terrible idea there. Like if your Amber is probably there, and you know you should probably have something in Sand Cache. It's not a bad play to just do Transport Center and then leave.
So yeah, but that we're not like critiquing it. It's just that you guys got punished, and we're just curious. Like, what was your thought process personally? Why did you choose it in this situation?
Part of it's skill deficit. I'm not as comfortable with the bomb jumps to get up to like Trial Tunnel without space jump.
Ah, okay. Fair enough. That makes sense.
Yeah, the tough part was when we were re-entering Aegon after TMT wasn't our Dark Beam. Because there it's like, it's reasonable. We have a couple checks in the Dark Aegon loop, or the early loop, and then we have a few checks in labs.
Mhm.
Boost makes us think maybe sand processing is better. Eventually, we kind of concluded PBs had to be in the Dark Aegon loop, but I didn't zero in on screw attack being likely to be there.
That was the actual punishing thing, the screw
Yeah.
attack being there.
Because like maybe I should have, because it was hinted really early, so like it should have been somewhere.
Okay,
but that
so
was a
part of our
weird
decision-
hint for screw
part
attack.
of our decision on the routing was also the we had that missile launcher hint in Mining Plaza, and we assumed with the way the seed was set up at the moment, at that point, that it was missile launcher in communications area.
Yeah, which it wasn't.
So we were playing ahead of the logic a bit. If we'd realized it was missile launcher in GFMC because off that hint, because we'd already done communications there, which that was a case of I don't care for the communications area by itself. That's just a personal thing there. But if in this case, knowing if it was missile launcher or not would have told us that, hey, we need to actually go back and do Jump Guardian loop here. Screw attack is our logic down there.
Yeah.
But where we
Also,
were playing for about half an hour under the assumption it was missile launcher communications area opening the seat up.
Yeah. And you guys kept getting stuff, like you found light beam. And it was like in bioenergy production off a YOLO play. Like, that's...
I really thought it was Dark Beam in Hall of Combat or Hall of Honor.
I was so excited for Dark Beam and Hall of Honor Dead. It was going to be so cool.
And here's the thing, like, if the fact that you went that way ended up helping you in the later on because you realized the Echo Visor was in Defiled Shrine. Whereas Leno and Markers did not. So it was
were doing it on 50-50 that it was Echo or Emerald, either of which is useful to us at that time.
Yeah. And then you got there and it was nothing and you were like, oh.
And the classic, gosh, I really want hints, but like maybe there's a universe where we're supposed to wait for Dark Visor so we can get the other HUD system, get hints first, immediately find Dark Visor as like our next check. Next game.
Yeah.
I want to give a personal shout out to...
Oh, good.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it just really felt like everything we were doing was getting maximum punished. It was just one of those rando seeds.
Yeah.
It was one of those rando seeds. I want to give a personal shout out to Triple Hinted Sky Temple Key 6.
Oh, really? Was it that? Yeah. SDK
So, Screw Attack
Amorbus, SDK Screw Attack, and then SDK on...
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's rare.
Yep.
The other
you'll
thing,
never
too...
see that again. Once the new hint system gets implemented, you'll never see that again.
You'll never see it again.
It'll just be near a portal.
Yep.
Just kidding. Anyways, the missile launcher, because I think, because I think there was a point where we're trying to like get ahead of that missile launcher logic too. Did you guys with bombs right away? Did you not do the comm area check before heading down to Aegon?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If I don't have a missile, I recommend doing it. If I have a missile, I'm not too worried about it. I usually expect, because at that point, like, you can do all of the early Aegon bosses, and so you're probably going to end up heading to JFMC before too long anyways. You just get it on the way.
Yeah, because we ended up blind checking transport access with the bombs, and just blind checking comm area, and then head to down, so...
Another funny coincidence, so like kind of punched you guys, Leaf, was not grabbing the Inkai key in Mining Station A. I think you guys tried it for a little bit. But if you got it, then that trip to get the ammo bats would have sent you straight to quad immediately. Because you would have had the third Inkai key and wouldn't have had to do the BSJ. Instead, you had to go into Hive Ammo Station, then come back out, and then go all the way to ATS after that to get to quad, which was kind of funny. But yeah, were you guys going to Hive Dynamo Works just for the ammo? Was that what happened there?
Yes.
Okay.
I was. Yeah. If you look at my ammo at the time, I'm down to no missiles, 1 light beam shot, no dark ammo, and 1 power bomb.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yikes! That's very empty.
And you want light ammo for quad, so.
And by the time we reach the ammo station, I am out of everything, courtesy of that ing puddle that out at the end.
Yeah, they had to bomb you. You had to bomb them, yeah. But yeah, okay, I mean, look, I think you guys actually both played well. Unfortunately, Omega punished in the early game for everything that we do, and it happens. That's Randy.
We were laughing about an hour and a half in that every single decision we made has backfired spectacularly. Yeah. And it was actually really impressive amounts of backfiring.
Yeah. Baja sometimes, in fact, does get punished. That's
true.
That is
but it's never from GFMC ship, ever.
never ever GFMC ship possible.
It was kind of a seed where it's like, you know, depending on how aggressive you went in conservative, you either got super punished early game or super punished late game. Like,
yeah, and that's kind of the story of the seed, actually.
Yeah. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, man, if got supers before hints already had echo in hand while checking hints, this could have been real quick. But
this is like
the spiderless EI dream, man.
Hints. Sorry, go ahead, bro.
The spiderless EI dream. That's what this seed was.
Yeah, and spiderless quad.
Oh, we were talking. How do you do spiderless quad at the end? Like, do you like BSJ up the spider track or something?
You ride the elevator up.
How do you get the elevator?
If you like write it down and then you stand underneath it so that when it hits the floor, it bounces off the Samus and it goes back to the top. Then when you come near it again at the end of the fight, it'll come back down to you, and then you can ride it up.
That's how that works? That's it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. I gotta remember that.
But then you still have to do quad fight without.
Well, the fight
you
without
don't have
Spider
to-
Balls not. Yeah, the fight without Spider Balls.
The
not
fight
that bad.
itself isn't that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just need to know where the standables are, otherwise you might accidentally like. Yeah, I've seen a race where someone lost because they just just didn't know where the standables were and they had to reset.
So that means you have to trigger the fight from the front door, then, right? You can't.
You can do inbounds quad skip and just screw attack up there. You don't have to do it from the front. If you do come from ATS, you can do inbounds quad skip, screw attack over there, and then hit the elevator.
So you can even do the elevator in the middle of the fight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dang.
I'm about to watch a video and try it because
Yeah, that is good
well,
intel.
I guess no matter what, I mean, EI2 Spiderless, I mean, that's probably out of the realm of anything I can do anytime soon. So
I honestly encourage people to try it because I feel like honestly the community as a whole has a tend to do this with a lot of tricks. People love to make tricks sound a lot harder than they are.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not saying Spiral CI2 is easy, but like, I encourage people to at least try it. Because, like, it's not as bad as people make it seem. That's what I'll say.
We did, speaking of things, we did talk about a few things that, like, both of you could have improved. I don't know if you guys both like watching the VOD after a race, but we did leave some suggestions.
I will do that.
Yeah. Oh, we did leave some suggestions, like I think the major ones was just how you do the bosses. So like quad, I would recommend just watching like a Miguel speedrun, and literally the way Miguel fights quad is like I think a beginner could do easily. Like there's very easy setups to like manipulate quad into like just trying to stomp on you and like guaranteeing which leg gets activated so you can shoot it in the knee immediately. Like it's very simple. Same thing with like I think we talked about right at the beginning was how to do Bertlets properly. The Albertlings, whatever they are.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm calling
for
them
quad,
Bertlets. That's what I'm doing. I'm making this a thing. I'm calling them
Yeah.
Bertlets.
definitely watch it back.
Albertlets.
Yeah, we don't have to spend much time here, but I think I got all the stomps. I thought the kneecaps were RNG.
They're not.
No, they're not.
They're not.
Oh.
They always pop up on the left if you just manipulate the stumps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. And then otherwise, we were doing the unoptimal strats to save ammo as well. So like doing
I was mainly just complaining about that one. That's it. Like just the quad
Yeah.
legs. They're very simple. A lot of people like lose a bunch of time getting Beybladed and stomped on and all that stuff when it's like a very simple
Yeah.
manip that anybody can do. And there's also Albert stuff as well, which we talked about. But yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we babbled enough. I don't think I have any other questions, bro. You got any other questions?
Nope.
You guys got any other final thoughts?
Thank you too for doing commentary and for doing the tracking. This document is surely going to have a lot of good notes in them.
There's this is one of those seeds where we actually ruled out every item check in the game. The remaining
Wow.
item checklist is empty. It's beautiful. It's
nice
absolutely
when-
beautiful. Yeah.
It helps when you spider balls your go mode
Yeah.
because that's just terrible.
Thank you for finding Sonic Boom. That really cleared up the entire dock. It was wonderful. Which was on
You're
Power
welcome.
Guardian.
Yeah, it was on Powerbomb Guardian.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah, that was the most unfortunate thing. We forgot to mention that. The gravity boost hint. was,
Oh,
like,
that hint, dude.
terrible. It was terrible. It like pointed you away from where you needed to go, which is so painful.
what
Wait,
was the
where,
hint?
where was Gravity
Said-
Boost hinted?
Gravity boost was hint in Emerald, and it
I
told
think
them
it was Catacombs? Or no, it was
Gathering
Gathering
Hall.
Hall. It was
and it
Gathering
told
Hall,
them
yeah.
that gravity boost was in Dark Torvus Bog, and they were in Lower Torvus, and the only two remaining Upper Torvus locations were Dark Torvus Arena, so it was not that check dense. So Lower Torvus
I had
was the
not
most
checked.
check dense.
Any of Upper Dark Torvus, but we were already
Oh,
in Lower
really?
Dark Torvus.
Oh, okay, all right. I thought you guys did. My bad. Okay.
So did you all have Emerald? Because
Yeah.
No.
I'm looking at the tracker and there's
They
no
had Emerald. They crashed. They crashed.
They crashed like the very end. Like when you were like on escape, they crashed and like
Yeah.
got sent back like an hour
Oh.
or something. But at that point, it was
About half
just
an hour.
over.
Don't ask why there's a caretaker fight going on screen right now.
It's fine. It's fine.
Sometimes
that
you gotta
point,
get
it
to
was just
ATS
over,
the
though,
old-fashioned way, you know.
Thankfully, the crash did not matter.
Yeah. Although I imagine it was still frustrating. Like, okay, I guess we're getting Omega punished.
So was Spider even hinted? I think that's the last question I got. Or do we know?
I don't think we know.
No. The only missing hints that we know about are Torvus Energy Controller, Underground Tunnel, Path of Roots, and Catacombs. And Sank Entrance. That's it.
So it really
FTA
could be...
was gone, yeah.
Because that was the other thing, too. We were hoping Cobalt would bail us out on Spider, but...
We got both joke hints, and the only key hint remaining was Aegon Keys. We didn't get a quad hint, we got a Tulimos hint, so... Yeah. Out of those 2 remaining hints, only 2 left would have been... Could have just been unhinted. Okay, so just to finish off, we have a match tomorrow at 1 p.m. That is 14 hours from now, if you don't want to do time zones. Just 14 hours from now. That is Wordsayer versus Ronald Tankir, coached by Bash Prime and BajaBlood. And then 8 hours after that match, at 9 p.m., is Darkstar versus Soaring Wyvern, Leno and Baja again.
Hello.
And then on Sunday, we have a match at 10 a.m. Versus TGC. Is this the last match of group? It's the last week of group, right? Yes.
This last week, there might be a couple races that still aren't on the schedule
Yeah.
yet, because we're missing a bunch in Challenge.
Yeah. I know Jeff did in async earlier today.
Yep, and Kamir also did in async. So Arrow Razor will have to do that end of it, and whoever Jeff's opponent is has to do their end of the async. So that's 2 more races accounted for. I think we still have like 2 or 3 on the docket after that. I don't remember. I'd have to look at the numbers.
All right, so stay tuned for that match in 11 hours. Excuse me, 12 hours. Thank you all so much for watching. Follow our runners. Thank you, bro, for helping me. Okay, the bot doesn't work. It's Marker's Mask and Windbow and Leaf on Twitch. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next mission.
See you.
Take care, everyone.
Take care, folks.
Thanks, mentors, as well. Really appreciated it.